break. This is all used to kill hostile demons, but the sound of a shot will alert the alien, who will drop down and kill you anyway. The alien itself is also immune to bullets and headshots like a bizarro tic tac.
Hello.
This is what it's like to get grabbed by an alien on normal difficulty. And this is what it's like to get grabbed by an alien on nightmare difficulty. It's exactly the same, but it's still not good. Now it was really game on and snuck together for just long enough to hack it to the elevator and safely make it to the end of the mission. Okay, first part. So with that behind us, we move on to a much easier level in Mission 4. This mission is where we have to try and turn Stasis communication back on. And it's also where we get the most iconic piece of equipment in the game, the motion tracker. Right, yeah, it doesn't work on Nightmare. This motion tracker's a piece of shit. Why did I pick this up? This is so stupid. Even though the device itself didn't work, at least the little waypoint rectangle on the side still did. So one at least gets different problems. The biggest event in this mission comes after you reboot the station's comms, in which you'll have to sneak by a bunch of androids that suddenly turn hostile. And I managed to slowly crouch off my way past the androids all the way to the end of the mission. Now, this was way farther than I thought I'd get with this attempts. I knew that what I was doing was hard, but I kept managing to find a way through anyway. Things were really lining up, and despite me only completing 4 out of the 19 total missions so far, I was optimistic. And so, I was really starting to look forward to how far I could make this initial run actually go. Oh, hello, is this guy? No, wait, it's this room. Oh, no. I remember this. I remember this. I want to go to the back. I die in Mission 5. Throughout the first 4 missions, we experienced almost all the things that make Nightmare a literal nightmare. No heads-up displays, scarce resources, no motion trackers, incredibly deadly humans and androids, but we never talked about the most brutal thing. And that is to the alien behavior. The AI for Alien is probably one of the most infamous ones ever created. Basically how it works is that the alien's giant human head has 2 AI brains inside. The first one knows your location at all times, and the second one has no idea where you are, but is the one that's actually controlling the alien. The smart one only communicates to the dumb one using periodic hints, like the pretentious trick it is. But eventually, you'll provide enough info to not only let the dumb brain figure out where they're hiding, but also learn your patterns so that it has an easier time finding you in the future. On Nightmare, the frequency of these hints are cranked up to such insane levels that the alien is rarely more than a room's length away from you. And that meant that during a mission where the alien is constantly working perfectly, sneaking and hiding through the level was basically impossible. Wait, you want it so? Oh, you can't see it from that. Well, that was best. Not good. That was a lot faster than I anticipated this game, dude. In the time between the alien dropping down and me actually dying, there was not even a single opening I could take advantage of. I didn't feel too defeated though. This was my first run after all, and if I could build off this and keep getting farther and farther, I would be done with this in no time. So right after this death, I began yet another attempt. But what I failed to see then, and what I can very clearly see now in hindsight, is that this first run was honestly incredibly lucky. Missions 1 and 2 were still as simple as ever, but Mission 3 was a complete gamble now. Sometimes I'd be able to sneak by the left-hand side with literally 0 issue, and other times, really that guy with the gun does not turn around. Wait, am I dead? These, among other things, some machines are consistent now. The only constants in observing runs from seeing actual events, who, like Jesus, will return from the grave and show me the light. The flash light, to be specific. We will soon see it as a deity during the course of this challenge, and it is up to me to release him from this endless cycle of death and rebirth. That wasn't happening anytime soon, though, because I could just not figure out Mission 5 whatsoever. The hardest thing is to get started. You have to get burnt. You have started to deal with the computers. Yeah. In my best attempt, I managed to get through the once through, but got nowhere close to anything after that. It was pretty bad, and to put it as New Jersey, you guys! This is going to get pretty interesting now, isn't it? Today we are talking about the captain of the New Jersey Devils, Nico Hischier, and questions that have arisen as to where his future may lie. You see, there are some conversations that have been started from folks all over social media as to whether or not Hischier could be on the move, and which potential names could be heading back to Jersey if that's the case. But, of course, we can't say with any certainty that anybody's going to get traded or that anybody's going to get moved, especially a guy who is currently the captain of an NHL team. So, let's dive into the context, and then we'll go over where some of these ideas are coming from, all linked in the description below, too. So let's start things off here. Nico Hischier, 27 years old, 6'1", 201, left-handed center. And he was the first overall pick back in 2017. It's almost been a decade since Nico Hischier went first overall over Nolan Patrick. That's crazy. But Nico, in this spot of his career, is making $7.25 million a year till the end of 2027. He's got a pretty reasonable contract, and it was a long-term deal, and he signed it forever ago. The entire 2020s has seen Nico Hischier make this amount of money, and for the most part, I think anybody can look at his numbers and say that he's been worth it. Hischier has been a point-per-game center once, essentially, 80 points in 81 games played back in 22-23. Over the next few seasons, he did dip in games played, but he was just under that point-per-game mark. This season, he's got 62 points in 79 games played. He's on pace for about 64 total points on the year itself. The Devils haven't really been great. We got Timo Meier, who was over there and not producing like a top power forward like he was supposed to be. Jack Hughes missed half the year because he cut his hand out once. And Jesper Bratt's where they go to. So, there are a number of issues that we can say New Jersey has had to deal with. Jesper Bratt is not one of them, by the way, at this point. Give that guy some love. But, with the fact that Nico Hischier's contract expires next season, comes a conversation as to where this guy's going to play next. He is one of the better two-way centers in the National Hockey League. And if you take a look at his overall regular season resume, he was a Selke Trophy finalist back in 2023. That was the season that he went out there with 80 points in 81 games. We've always kind of said that to get nominated or to win the Selke Trophy, you kind of have to produce a lot, and Nico Hischier, unfortunately, hasn't really been at the top of the peak when it comes to doing that over the past few seasons, aside that 80-point year. But with that said, I think people can comfortably say Nico Hischier is one of the best defensive centers in the league. He is very good, he is a leader, and New Jersey Devils fans love this guy. So leave it to Spectre's Hockey for about the latest on the New Jersey Devils. First, there was an article by Mike Morial on NHL.com that spoke about the 5 things on the to-do list for the next GM of New Jersey.
What you doing, Billy Podcast?
There's no way to corroborate this.
The new Apple Watch.
There are some conversations on Hamilton and Nemec and Jacob Markstrom, and then there also is a conversation on Jack Hughes. You also have The Athletic. Peter Bowe believes determining if Sheldon Keefe returns as head coach will be among the decision the next Devils GM faces. And then you have yourselves this note. Bowe also noted the team captain and two-way center Nico Hischier will be eligible to sign a contract extension on July 1st. Figuring out his next deal will also be high on the list of things to do. With that said,
There is another article that we can dive into as well. New Jersey Hockey Now's James Nichols believes Hischier was being non-committal when asked if he would sign an extension under a new GM. "I'm focusing on playing hockey here," Hischier said. "I still have one more year. I'm with the Devils right now, and then we'll see what happens." Oh my goodness, man. These comments right here, when I read them, my Canucks fan brain immediately thinks, oh, that sounds eerily familiar. From the captain of a team who is heading into his contract extensionable year. "I'm focused on playing hockey here. I'm with this team right now. We'll see what happens. I still got another year." This guy is pulling the old Quinn Hughes. Those are almost the exact same things that Quinn Hughes said in Vancouver. And then it became blatantly obvious months later that the guy had no intention of signing with the Vancouver Canucks and staying. So James Nichols going out there and writing that Hischier could potentially be featuring some similar things. Oh, that is interesting. The article says that there is any hesitancy about re-signing by Hischier. Nichols believes the next Devils GM must explore trade options. He suggested dangling Hischier to the Minnesota Wild for Quinn Hughes, or to the Ottawa Senators for Brady Tkachuk. Spector's note goes out there and says this: "The Devils will be a team worth watching this offseason. It'll be interesting to see who they bring in as GM and whether they intend to tinker or make some bold moves. Hischier's future will be the biggest decision facing the next Devils GM. The 27-year-old center is among the best two-way players in the league, with a 10-team no-trade list and a cap hit of $7.25 for next year. Teams will line up to acquire Hischier if he becomes available in this summer's trade market. The Wild and Senators could certainly use him, but it's doubtful the former will part with Quinn Hughes or the latter with Brady Tkachuk." Now I can see it, actually. The Minnesota Wild have really opened themselves up and made themselves an attractive destination for Quinn Hughes. You can tell that the guy loves it there. They win, they flew on the private jet, they gave him a car, they did all this stuff. But the thing is, Minnesota doesn't have that contract extension in just yet. He signed on to the end of 2027. He's actually making a pretty similar amount of money to Nico Hischier. Only $600,000 in the difference. But Quinn Hughes is in a spot where if there is one team that he might actually be okay to get traded to at this stage, maybe not like right now, but after the playoffs and before the draft, whatever, it might be New Jersey. If there is an opportunity on Quinn Hughes' lap that says, "Hey, we got this trade for a first-line setup. We need a guy to come over here to play with Kaprizov and Boldy. Hischier is the guy. But you got to go to New Jersey." Are you willing to do that, Quinn? I honestly feel like there's a world where Quinn says he's okay with that. I know Brock Besser came out and spoke to the media saying that, oh, Quinn cares more about winning than he cares about playing with his brothers. But I feel like if Quinn got that opportunity to play with Minnesota in this year's playoff run, let's say they win a cup. Or let's say they get eliminated in the first round. Or let's say they go to the third round. No matter how far they go, I feel like Quinn, if he gets that playoff taste this year, and especially if he wins, there probably is a high likelihood that he's okay to be like, yeah, I got my chip. Let's go to New Jersey. I can play with my brothers now. Meanwhile, you have Brady Tkachuk on an Ottawa Senators team that is so up and down, but also houses a fan base that I think is really starting to feel various things about this guy ever since the Olympics, ever since that podcast he started with his brother, and the episode that he had with his dad. There are some elements to Brady Tkachuk's future that are not guaranteed in Ottawa, despite the fact that he is signed for the next few seasons. Brady Tkachuk could very well ask out in the same way that you've seen other Americans ask out. Quinn Hughes might have been the start of Brady and Matthews, both leaving their Ontario Canadian teams as well. They're also captains, after all. But for Nico Hischier, just going back to the main idea, the fact that he spoke out about his future in this way is so interesting to me. And I'm not necessarily saying that this automatically means that he wants out, but what I am saying is
earning points behind the other classes and reducing their speed and mobile. Actually amazing. There's a way in my
Introducing Band-Aid brand hydrocele lubricants. Wear for 5 days for less time.
I am just a busy president,
Hydrocele lubricants.
So, yesterday, the New Jersey Devils fired Tom Fitzgerald as their general manager. We didn't make a video about this initially because I was like, oh, wow, what an interesting piece of news. And that's kind of my entire reaction to it. But in this video, I just want to focus specifically on Tom Fitzgerald and what he did or did not do. Let's not talk about the entire Quinn Hughes thing, because that was, I think, an element that a lot of Devils fans brought up when it came to discussing the pros and cons of what Fitzgerald has done this season. Instead, what I wanted to focus on was a different angle of the New Jersey Devils and a different player on the team that potentially played a role in whether or not Tom Fitzgerald was going to stick around long term. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about Timo Meier. And before y'all get your pitchforks, because I know y'all are Devils fans, y'all just have pitchforks laying around there. Before y'all get your pitchforks and just lambast them at me over here, let's go over the context. Why am I saying Timo Meier may have played a low-key, under-the-table hand in getting Tom Fitzgerald fired? Well, it's because Timo Meier is 29 years old. He's 6 feet 220, left-handed guy, chunky dude, and one of these guys that at a time was seen as a premier power winger in the National Hockey League. He signed on to a deal that sees him making $8.8 million a year till the end of 2031. He's been making this amount of money ever since 23-24, so 2 seasons ago. It's a long-term deal, and he once was a 9th overall pick by the San Jose Sharks a decade ago. Timo Meier bursted onto the scene and became a very solid power winner. He got 76 points in 77 games. But then, he got traded to New Jersey. In 22-23, he had 52 points in 57 Sharks games, and then got sent over to the Devils, posting up 14 points in 21 games to end off that year. He then had 4 points in 11 playoff games for the Devils. Timo Meier then scored 52 points and 53 points the next 2 seasons, before starting out the year that he's having right now, which sees him on pace for 45 points over 77 games. Make no mistake about it, Timo Meier is making $8.8 million because there was a time where he was a point-per-game stud. But now, he is not that. On pace for 26 goals, okay, that's fine. He doesn't get too many assists. He was way over a point per game for Team Switzerland at the Olympics, so there's that. World Championship play, yeah, he's been a point per game there too. There's a lot to look at Timo Meier if you're a Swiss hockey fan watching Swiss hockey. But if you're a New Jersey Devils fan watching Timo Meier suit up on your team, you can ask whether or not the Devils are getting the most out of this guy. This tweet from Adam Herman, who, of course, he does stuff for Bleacher Report. He's done stuff, I believe, for NHL.com as well. I don't know. It's been a long time. But Adam Herman went out there and tweeted this. Tom Fitzgerald made his share in the space. But the biggest how he got here thing is that New Jersey acquired Timo Meier when he looked like he was on the precipice of becoming a top 5 winner in the league. And instead, he's just been pretty good. I can't really diagnose why. Now this tweet right here, it's not definitively concluding that, oh yeah, Tom Fitzgerald traded for Timo Meier, and Timo Meier fell off. That's why the guy got fired. No, that's not the conclusion we're going to make here. But it is an element of the conversation that does exist and that feels appropriate to bring up. Amongst the many mistakes that Tom Fitzgerald did, from handing out trade protection to guys that really didn't deserve it, which ended up clogging up the team's defense with Dougie Hamilton and not allowing them to acquire names like Quinn Hughes, you have moves like this where you take a really, really big swing on a guy that was a points per game power winner, 35-goal guy, a franchise guy for San Jose. You trade for him, you give up some assets, and now he's a 40-point guy. This would be the trade that actually saw Meyer get sent over to New Jersey in the first place. The Devils acquired forwards Timo Meyer, Ibrahimov, Harrington, Hatakop, and Edmund, plus a fifth-round pick, in exchange for New Jersey's first defenseman Shakir Makabadula and Nikita Okhotia, forwards Andreas Johansson, and Fabian Zetterlund, not to mention a conditional second and a seventh. Oh my goodness, man, this was ridiculous. There were so many assets acquired and traded away in this blockbuster Timo Meyer deal 3 years ago. And while it was seen as a positive move, because Meyer at that time was a point per game, just on the cusp of being a true star in the NHL type of guy, now he's just all right. And that does deserve to be talked about.
Life's a brand new day rather than ready. With the same low soccer taxi you trust, plus the relaxing scent of lavender, you'll be ready for anything.
Tough Reply here says, yeah, I'm not sure either, but I will say it might be something that this Rangers team might want to be wary of. Timo Meyer has only had one very good year when his team was good. Wasn't the number one option at that point. He's had good players in New Jersey. The production just hasn't been good. A general lack of patience, Stubborn Flying Pig goes out there and says, forcing a rebuild with costly trades and too much reliance on human beings meeting their respective backswings. Also, unreasonable expectations on what Jack Hughes would become. Now, I'm not going to necessarily comment on that. I do think that Jack Hughes is one of the best centers in the league, at least when he is healthy. That's the only thing that's truly holding him back from pure greatness in this league. He's never healthy. And when he is, he's going out there scoring 20 points in 5 games like he's doing right now, essentially. Jack Hughes won me my fantasy league this year, so I'm very, very happy with how he's performed as of late. But the fact that he did miss out so much time, especially with that split hand injury, yeah, that's kind of a blow. This user actually disagrees. When was Meyer looking like a top 5 winger? Who Devils fans think he was going to be better than? Kaprizov, Kucherov, Pasternak, Nylander, Marner, Caulfield, and all of those are miles above Meyer. Now, that's back in the day when he was a 76-point guy in 77 games, while finishing third in the league in shots. Gaudreau, Marner, Kaprizov, Panarin, Connor, Rantanen, and Kane were all better that year. I don't care how many shots he had, it doesn't mean he was ever looking like a top 10 winger. He was 26th in goals in his career year, and he scored more points. I think it's pretty dismissive of the kind of profile that Meyer has. He's 6 feet, 220, so he's not the biggest, but he is chunky. Like, he's not tall, but he is big in a way. And all the things that make Timo Meyer click in San Jose was the tough protection and just the driving force that he was able to provide. Those provide elements that you can't see out of a guy like Kyle Connor or Cole Caulfield. I understand that those guys might score more points, but you could also debate that Timo Meyer, when he was at his best, he's looking like what a Uri Slafkovsky is looking to become at this point, right? So, either way, semantics aside, the idea of Timo Meyer being a point-per-game guy added on to the rules of Jack Hughes or Nico Hischier, and the idea that he was supposed to continue being a point-per-game guy, but he didn't. He scored out 4 points in 11 playoff games to start out his Devils career. That's not great, and I think over the long haul, Meyer can go down as one of the bigger dominoes that potentially led to Tom Fitzgerald losing his job in New Jersey. Not because it was a bad thing that he got acquired, but because it was a bad thing that he fell off. Maybe not significantly, but significantly enough that we could say that it actually is an issue. So you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with this idea that Timo Meyer might have actually played a subtle hand in the firing of Tom Fitzgerald? Not right away, of course, but over the course of multiple years. Do you think this is a realistic thing to talk about? Do you think it's actually the truth? Let me know in the comment section on your opinion if you enjoyed this special summary 9. And, well,
From heart to peak, don't forget the Zeus. Zeus down.
These are all AI voices that are strictly for entertainment purposes. If you think I'm playing a video game to push political views of my own, then I really need to reevaluate my life. As viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for watching. If you don't like this video in 5 seconds, visit Washington's come to your house and kick your ass. Hello, guys. Want to stop kidding jokes or giving you guys some more? What the hell are you doing? Oh, it's my new show. What's it? Thinking about doing it in the beginning of all our episodes. The craziest shit I've ever heard. Don't ever do it again. Alright, back to the Doom board, I guess. Alright, I guess all this is just today's death. But we got work today, baby. Oh my god, yay! Wow, let's go, son. Are we talking about me showing us George? Well, George is here last weekend with us. Well, I'm going to do it. Oh my, I'm watching this. Yes, well, did you try not to do this? No, it's fucking useless kid. No, I just say, what, if he's watching it, you see that you'd have to George Washington, or is it just like some kind of coincidence? Well, George Washington was actually named after Washington, D.C. Oh, wow, so I'm not going to be a kid. Alrighty, so for teammate here, stay with the George, they left all the George on one team, it's still not. It's like last year, right? Okay, we should definitely. Let me just run a few things by you tips, alright? Sound good. Just make sure we take the best second. I just don't. Yeah, that right there. None of that. You didn't know shit, alright? I'm tired of hearing about it. No one cares about your 2% shares of team or the spike machine for the first visit of World Series. Got it? Or your brother, Donald. The name is Jeff. So Donald did not really have the Rangers, right? Yeah, actually, let's do different teams, right? A lot of people recommended the Braves as one of the teams. Yep, we will be the Braves. All right. Well, we can discuss that, maybe we could do a lot of it. We do that division with the Braves. No, simply, we've been the Phillies many times. We're trying to pick someone new. What about the, yeah, that's something I did now. With what? What can I possibly do to help you out? The team I'm thinking of. There's 30 freaking baseball teams. George, what? Go down the list. Well, Barry already said to the Rangers, and you guys are the Braves. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's like 8 teams here. Wow. Fantastic. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, well, okay, yeah, we can do that. You guys are going to be the Mets? Yeah, you want to do that? Oh, no. I am just. Who do you guys want to play in the Canadian Stadium? Not after that last one you guys played on. One last one. That freaking little league field was just like 150 to get some. Forgot, no, that was like a year ago. Yeah, and it was enough to steer me away from the wait, are we playing on one I built? I'd rather play on asphalt than play on a stadium you built, Joe. What if my stadium has asphalt? Sure, Joe. We can play on a stadium you build next time. You don't even have it. Relax. You don't remember to build one. Even if you don't figure out how to do it. That's exactly what I'm saying. You're building some corrupt, bug-out looking piece of shit. I'm falling asleep. Did you figure out the stadium yet? I'm with you. The one with the wall. They all have walls, dude. Good for anyone. No, we already played this game, right? How about from the field? You still play there? Or no prep party? The new one prep party. It's called Truist Party. Truist Prep, tomato, tomato. Not really, but okay. Roll it around. No. Rule number 2. I control the lineup as the pitching can do. The pinch hitters rather than defensive subs.
When your teeth are sensitive, even biting into a popsicle. Try new Sensodyne clinical repair.
This is the fun. Let's it's on the connect. Oh, I can do that too. My God, who the hell made this lineup? May as well put the pitcher in and have him bat ace. If I can tell you how to speak off soft. Yeah, very I am. What's good is our best hitter on the team. If he's passing the ball and throwing on base. Right, everything's off like I'm working on ace and anything. The right first pitch, that's what he's doing. No, I'm doing what their incompetent manager is incapable of doing. No wonder why they choked in the playoffs. Playing first. Matt Olson. So I think he meant like as long as you were playing first, to play first, George. After you somehow managed to blow that game last year in the final inning, I'm not taking that chance again. Yeah, I play against Florida, Barry. You mean George? This way? Whatever his name is. There we go, one down. Let's not jump the gun here. You still have to catch it. Happy? He's never happy. That's not true. I was happy you brought dinner for us last weekend. Because it involved food, y'all. Well, I'm grateful for you. I don't know why that's. No, what the hell was you swinging at? I'm sorry. Yeah, let's take it. Stupid. Sorry, George. No worries. Do the dodge anything, right, George? No, do not start. Sorry, what? I was giving him a compliment. That's all I'm doing. Oh, Mark, you're not happy with me, are you? Not so. You're applauding you for throwing your shoe. I mean, ball is still McDonald's. What is he pointing? Do this before you first. He is rewarded. What's that mean? It means our pitcher's already on tonight. He hasn't got a single out there. So how do I prevent him from falling asleep yet? Don't hit him one. There, he did it. Damn it, George. Oh, I can't. Foul ball. Wait a minute. How did we get out? Someone whistles. Because you bunted foul is 2 strikes, George. Hold on, my coach is telling me to see it. No, he isn't. And even if he was, why would you announce it? Keep going. Say, sit your ass down. Fool. Back on the shower bench. Top of the order plan. Should have left the line alone. You were asked. Laying down a bunch of 2 strikes and sending everyone a memo you're going to steal. You're going to control. Hey, Barry, look at the Barry. I'm kind of in the middle of my turn. Look at it. Oh, it's jumping. Set it up. Actually, it's called X. You guys should really migrate over. Bro, no one wants to move to another social media platform. Especially one that's just straight on copy of Twitter or X. Whatever. You see yours was posted up there? No, I didn't, Bill. I'll get it out my friend. Oh, there's that freaking thing. What thing? I don't know what it's called. The thing in the strike zone. You move around to put the bat on the ball or whatever. Hold on. What are you doing? What? You have to think back on. What thing, dude? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. The thing with the dots, Barry. The thing you use to put the bat on the damn ball. Oh, I turned that off. Come on. Really? Really? Why? Told you to wait. And if you didn't, so I'm giving myself a free base. You should be lucky I'm not doing that. Oh no, guys, until June from the Braves. There it is, guys. Good shit. Hell yeah. What the? This is bullshit. Why would you turn off something and not even tell us about it? Oh, my goodness. Shut the hell up. You know, Barry always says shit like this, and it drives me nuts. Well, are you going to get it? Yes, because they don't get the reaction. How long does it take to react to that? Easy play. Those two hands. Oh my God. You just leave it out. Donald, I'm going to just show something to get the verification check? No, actually, you don't get a verification check. Sounds like an upgrade. I think we can check that app out. That's the one that's needed, right? There is. Here, take my phone and open the app. Check it out. Just don't truth anything. Don't what? Don't truth anything. The hell is the machine? But that might be the oh, well, 50% don't post anything. Because it's not called posting, Barry. It's called truth and text. Well, you want to put it on that. Whatever it's on now.
You guys haven't used all the old spice.
You can't get on here. Get groceries for a little bit of the express. What? I uninstalled Twitter wrong. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Donald. You loaded up Twitter. Let me see. Are you down? Look at it. It says Twitter at the top. Good God, Donald. Anyway, this is literally Twitter. No, it isn't. It's Truth Social. We're looking at Twitter here. Or whatever it's literally they call it in the copy. All right, all I see are my millions of followers. Reading a revenue of the platform you were banned from has to be the pettiest thing imaginable. If you saw the rest of the would you stop trying to touch the fun? I bet you. I just don't understand why you banned it. What the heck was wrong with that one? I just don't understand. Creating another platform just because you were banned from the original. What are you doing? I mean, come on, this is pretty petty. All right, first of all, yeah, sit down, you suck. Pete Alonso at slow AM, but no one dares test the arm strength of the great Don. Second, I was not banned. I was reinstated. But you were reinstated because you were banned. No fake news. Elon was a smart man, and I appreciate him reinstating the greatest friend of all time, back on the head. But I am much more confident by far superior social media platform. Copycat social media platform. It's not a copycat. Whoa, Boston, get him out. Relax. It was a slur, but then a slur. Bullshit, it's a slur. It's a slur behind me. Why is this dude still in the game? Throw his ass out. They're letting him leave the show. There's nothing to stop that wire to warn everyone. He's got a point. If you're calling him strong, why are you mad at him for not throwing this guy out? Because he needs to stay true to his authority. Can't just warn everybody after throwing behind someone and allowing him to do it again later on. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me if he gets away with it. Nothing bothers you, George. You got away with everything. Donald. Hey, yeah, that a boy, George. You're the one who responded and send that message right back. Yeah, look at that. Fine after they didn't do it twice. Yep, that's why he was building anything control. Oh, what? Are you fucking kidding me? What happened? Nah, that's some big time bullshit. You can't let their picture do it to us. Now you gives you a warning, then eject us for responding. You have the shot. You had your shot, Donald. You had your shot. But in the situation, what? You know the situation, Donald. I know, but why not there? Why don't you get a shot? Because that makes it worse. Bullshit. Donald, that makes it worse. And umpire did nothing to your picture, nothing. Okay, I can't control that, Donald. You know how I understand on the situation, okay? My ass is in the deck box. What? The hell is he talking about? Oh, I thought he was... Okay, sorry. You want some jackpot ass? Oh, no, now I'm going to get caught again. No, because he's smart. All four. The hell you mean? Smart. Hernandez was bad. Ooh, this entire crew is got it. No, that's down, loser. Look at that. 5.2 wasn't quite a 1-2-3 inning, considering there was a base running. He was the second out. He was considered in the 1-2-3. Therefore, 1-2-3 inning. Yeah, but that's not. Oh, yeah, shut up, man. Now watch this again. So, get out. Stay there. That's definitely, yep, home run. Yeah. Way to go, George! That'll teach him how to throw it. Get us on the line. Where are you going, Barry? What? Yo, you see the ball. Oh, right. Take it.
Is that like another turn for a home run? But you know,
I know, Barry. I actually have a phone from this century.
hold on, I think it's me. Hello? Hey, I barely know. Good job, Bill. I didn't even. It's me, man. Sometimes I feel like some of us know what's coming.
Well, you didn't know that was coming.
I was more so talking about. There's a sleep out of it. Yeah, for one second. I'm coming. Stop falling.
Like deja vu.
What?
When you know what's coming.
No, that's not. No, a deja vu is when you feel like you experienced something before.
No one know that phenomenon. Since it's everything after 4 minutes. Well, you're still thinking won the 2020 election, which was 4 years ago. So let's watch these calls get confirmed. Because I did win. I won that fair and square.
You guys ever like, I don't know, bickering with each other about anything else? Stop, shit. So it's literally 2020 election, Joe's memory.
Lack thereof.
Donald Stamps,
That's it.
all right, now, here you go, give me the controller. Donald, what is this guy supposed to do?
Oh, come on, Donald. I told you not to leave that door open. There's a trap.
It was more of a metaphor.
I mean, you.
Sure.
Oh, God. Everyone else is like shelters in place.
No.
Hey, George.
What's that, Mark?
You see how I put in that close the out?
Yeah.
And I didn't put some sub-6 starters to watch our lead.
Well, it's only a 1-0 game right now. We're going to find a lot in that much. I was going to use them closer for a game that
For a game that what, George?
but he wasn't needed. I'd rather save it for the next game.
Sure, so next thing is sure. I've been trying to cook more at home. That's why HelloFresh is the best option right now. HelloFresh delivers wholesome and balanced meals with recipes that are so easy to follow. And since I make it myself, there are no hidden ingredients. What I see shows you what I eat. Finally, HelloFresh checks all my boxes, which include delicious meals that fit my healthier lifestyle.
Come on! Family ball game coming. They put him in strip 6 family. Oh, yeah. Let's go, Mary. You got it. Oh, gosh. 4-1. Let's blow our lead. We did a good job.
Getting something done offensively. Now, I got it for me. Because you could only muster one neat run.
How many did you put up?
Your mom.
George, it isn't worth it. You just argue with everybody when you think the wrong. You can't win. Right.
But I managed to win. Because you fucked.
Well, that was Roger Dorn.
Hey, Barry, when are we going to upload another presidential tax video?
When you sent me one to edit,
I sent you that top page of on.
oh, right. Well, when I find the time to edit it, I'll put it up. I don't have a lot of free time for that.
Why not? If Bill has enough time to open cards while working the country, I'm sure to take some time out of your day to edit that damn video.
I'm going to start off with a full time in 2 hours.
Yeah, but if I had to slide, it's just like you was over there. Not today.
Right.
We're getting losers.
Give it, man. Quick. Get it in. No, the winning run was already home. There was no dance.
Yeah, because it took so long.
Way to walk it off this time.
Yeah, I know. Per usual, I get to be a hero.
By blowing the lead and getting it back. So it's not like a loss, but whatever, I won't argue with you. I'll let you believe whatever you want to believe.
Right. I'm the greatest that ever won.
If that's what you want to believe.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and check out our channel, Presidential Tax.
Barry should be getting up to do the video this week. Well, hold on. So the next MLB episode, we will be playing at a stadium I make.
Have to.
Welcome everyone, my name is Phil, and this is my attempt to become hardcore modern type Nuzlocke and Pokemon. This is the only psychic Pokemon. After the final red hardcore Nuzlocke, I decided I wanted to up the challenge further with specific type of Pokemon for the entire game. As always, if you want to join in on these challenges live, make sure to follow me on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. Now, why is Ruby over Emerald, you might ask? Well, there's one simple reason. Both teams are kind of limited in the number of psychic types that they have, with just the ones on screen being containable, since we don't allow legendary support. However, Ruby has the potential for just one additional psychic line, Metatype and Medicine, which is completely unattainable in Sapphire and even Emerald for some reason. Knowing how these hardcore mono-type Nuzlocke go, I decided it would be worth it for the one extra encounter. If you guys have seen my challenges before, you know the rules, but this one adds the mono-type rules. Basically, only the first psychic Pokemon encountered in the given group or area is on, with no duplicates or same evolutionary by Pokemon allowed, and no legendaries. If a Pokemon faints at any time, it is permanently lost. No items except held items can be used in battle. Party Pokemon levels are limited to the highest level Pokemon of the next gym leader or Elite Four member. And finally, the battle mode must be put on set at all times. This run is going to be something else, so here we go. Since there are no Psychic type starters, you have to start with something else, so I grab a Torchic. Our first Psychic Hammer is available on Route 102, so we have to be made using Torchic, but then it's game on for the run. We head to Route 102, where there's a 4% chance of finding Ralts. Eventually, we find and successfully catch Ralts and name it Violet. Violet has a bold nature, meaning plus defense and minus attack, which is fine, but as ideal is to be reasonably helpful. Now, what's not ideal is, well, this. Ralts' moveset. It has Growler. just growling. With Fortune now permanently boxed and only growling roams to work with, this run might look impossible, but don't forget that when a Pokemon's power points go down to 0, it can start to struggle. The problem is that getting down to struggle is very difficult because if you get hit, of course, you can't use the Pokemon Center without destroying your power points, so you have to rely on potions. But at this point of the game, you have very limited money to buy them. However, I devised a strategy for this. Speed-Dot. Speed-Dot only has 5 at this point, which is a boost that returns damage to the opposing Pokemon and does to it. Therefore, if we don't do any damage, we can't get hit by it, so we waste our power points on it. Pretty amazing stuff. This might get impossible. Absolutely stay for us, man. After we get Growl to 0, it's time to struggle. Literally and figuratively. Turns out we can only face level 2s at the moment, since anything more does way too much damage in addition to the struggle recoil. This is a long and scary grind with Pokemon not in routines and almost not making it due to our lack of luck and potions, but an hour later we make it to level 6 where we finally learn Confusion. Keep in mind, we still can't hit Dark types with any of our moves, so we avoid the one trainer who has a Fushina on the next move, and after a few close calls, we make it to the Petalburg Woods, where a mandatory Team Magma grunt battle is, and he has a Fushina. Now that we have Confusion, we have to get rid of 65 power points before we struggle, but there's a dilemma. Given Confusion will cause Rolls to get too much XP for the level cap since it will be taking Pokemon everything. However, I realized that we can find Wild Fushina and use Confusion on them, so it doesn't actually KO them, yet still uses their power points. We just have to be careful since they can't hurt us. Once ready with Struggle, we potion us, attack an Oranberry Rolls, and go for it. Struggle does about 20% damage on him, and he goes for standard attack right away on him. Yes, he then starts charging up his attack power with Howl, and we bring him down to about a third before we start missing, and he keeps stand attacking us. We just can't seem to hit him, and his attack is getting fairly high, but we land one hit and bring him to the red, after which he hits his hard with Tackle. Our Oranberry activates, and we keep missing repeatedly and get another Tackle off, but we survive on just 3 HP, after which we finally learn to struggle to take him out. Wow, this would mean as a Rolls who technically has nothing but Growl and I can't believe it. After learning Double Team at level 11, driving to level 13 on Route 116 against trainers with many close calls, we're forced to go to the Rustro Gym since our level cap for Roxanne is 15, and our gym trainers have a few Pokemon too. We also can't level up too much for another reason that has to do with our next encounter, but we'll talk about that later. The gym trainers are scary but manageable, and I made it to Roxanne right at level 15. This is it, so we have to go for it. I attack the Oranberry on Rolls and hope for the best. We've got an interesting situation since Roxanne's Pokemon are weak in terms of special defense, but we're weak in terms of physical defense. I realize if we're to have any hope, we can't get hit more than twice, even with the Oranberry, and that's assuming we don't get crit. Double Team is going to be absolutely necessary no matter what, so I use it once and her Geodude misses its first Rock Tooth. I now know that we have to stack up Double Teams if I'm to have a chance, and miraculously we get max evasion without getting hit. I then use Confusion and it does less than half, afterwards the Geodude hits us hard with Rock Tooth to lower our speed too. But the Oranberry restores some good health before we hit the Geodude again and confuse it. After a couple of hits from Roxanne, the Geodude goes down, since somehow we still outspeed it despite the drop. The Nose Pass comes out next and starts spamming Harden and misses its rock throws, which allows us to bring it down eventually. Now, if you're thinking that was easy, no. I have to reset this challenge from the start after failing 6 times to get a successful Roxanne battle, as even 2 hits could take us down, and even max evasion is not enough to avoid like 10 attacks usually. A combination of a decent nature, hardened defense curl spamming, and good speed IVs apparently helped us out a lot. First gym badge miraculously acquired. Please let me get out of here. I just want to see the rest of the game. We did have another Team Magma Fuchina battle after this, so we have to waste 80 power points now. Although it was a lengthy process, the Fuchina battle goes on successfully, and now it's time for something interesting and terrifying. North of Dupertown in Granite Cave, there's another encounter we can get, and that we need to get, Abra, which is a 10% encounter. If we don't get this, Rollins will inevitably overlevel at some point, assuming you can even solo the Duper Gym. Keep in mind that if you don't catch Abra on the first ball, it teleports immediately. We finally find one after like 5 minutes, and at this point, we had a great ball, so the home run, after all this work, rests on this one throw, or else it's a wipe. But it catches. We named this Abra Lucky for obvious reasons. Now, it's definitely not over yet. Since Abra has nothing but teleport, we need to switch train it all the way until level 16 when it learns Confusion upon evolution. The problem is the Pokemon we're using to switch train at Ralts can't get past level 18 or else the run is over due to the level cap. After years of switch train grinding and having Abra struggle train a little bit so we don't hit the cap, it evolves. We did it, and Ralts is exactly at level 18. The crazy initial setup work to even make this run possible as a baseline is done, and we were honestly lucky beyond belief to make this happen. After also getting Kadabra to level 18 using the gym trainers and making sure we don't have items on either Pokemon since his Makuhita has knockoff, it's time to face Brawly.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. Strong enamel active shield actively strengthens the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. It really works.
Most AI helps you work faster, but you still have to do the work.
Here, I accidentally led with Ralts when I meant to use the more powerful Kadabra. I used one Confusion on his Machop, and it does over half, and Machop uses Bulk. Knowing that Ralts won't be able to one-hit KO Makuhita and that knockoff on the switch would be brutal, I know I have to switch Kadabra in now, but after that Bulk up, it's a bit worrying. We switch, and Machop uses Karate Chop, which also gets a critical hit to bring us to just 9 HP, but we take it out with Confusion. Now we absolutely need a one-hit KO on Makuhita, and I wasn't sure if we could do it, but Kadabra is an absolute beast and gets the job done. Now, of course, in a Psychic Mono-type challenge, the Fighting Gym is going to be the easiest one that we face, but that was still a bit worrisome. Second badge is in the books, and I never thought we'd even get the first. The stretch to the third gym is really scary since there are a lot of trainers, and the level cap for Watson is 23, with both our Pokemon already at level 18. At the same time, we have an intense fight coming up even before the gym, so we have to calculate these levels just right. After beating a couple Pikachu clones, Ralts hits level, and since it has Stun Spore, I go in with Curlia first, who has Synchronize. I also put a Cherry Berry on Curlia so that its paralysis would be healed, meaning the Shroomish effectively paralyzes itself while we nearly get a free Calm Mind off. I then go for Confusion, and it does over a half on Shroomish. Its next Stun Spore misses, and we can take it out with another. Whew. I'm glad that actually works. I wasn't sure. Numel goes down to 2 boosted Confusions, and in comes the Marshtomp. Now, I'm really worried about this thing since it not only has a physical move in Mudshot, but it also lowers speed, which is not good. Amazingly, it actually misses its first Mudshot, so we can bring it below half. The problem is, the next one lands and hits us hard, well below half, and now our speed has been dropped. We have to switch into Kadabra. There's no other choice. Kadabra barely survives a Mudshot, and its Oran Berry I put on it brings it right above half, but it's still within kill range and has had its speed dropped. I thought this was it, but miraculously, Kadabra still outspeeds even after the drop. What an absolute beast this thing is. The infamous May battle? Complete. But a bigger challenge is yet to come. No, it's not Wally and his stupid Ralts, okay? It's the Mauville Gym itself. Wally just happens to be standing outside of it for some reason. Wally, I respect how strong you eventually became in this series with your level 80s and whatnot, but traveling back in time, you were such a little... Alright, that was undeserved. Just my anxiety about this gym coming out. The trainers in this gym confirm my fear that steel types are a nightmare. I decided to grind both Kadabra and Curlia up to high level 23 for Watson so that they might level up mid-battle, since we're going to need it. Hardcore Nuzlocke rules require that you are at or below the level cap when the gym leader battle starts, so we're all set. Now, I have failed this challenge quite a few times already, and Watson was responsible for about half of those. This battle is not set up for Psychic types at all, but I go in with my absolute best strategy I have and hope for the best. My strategy involves putting a Cherry Berry on both Lucky and Violet, since Watson really likes to paralyze. Now, you might be sitting there saying, so why don't you just spam Double Team? Well, Double Team kind of gets harder to use as playthroughs go on, since setting it up is way too risky. But Watson also has Shockwave on his Magneton, which cannot miss, so Double Team doesn't help. Calm Mind is also only really useful offensively, since his Pokemon have Sonic Boom, which does set damage. But we need that attack boost to do anything here. I decide to lead with Curlia against his Magnemite and use the same strategy we used against May. Calm Mind, get Thunder Wave, have Synchronize activate to paralyze Magnemite, then our Cherry Berry activates to cure us. I go for another Calm Mind, and unfortunately the Magnemite breaks through paralysis and goes for Thunder Wave again. I get off another combine though, and Magnemite hits us hard with Sonic Boom before I do less than half with Confusion after all that. But it confuses and he hits himself to below half, after which we can take him out. Whew. In comes Voltorb, and the main worry is getting paralyzed or hit by self-destruct. Yes, this thing has self-destruct. Shockwave does little after our combines, and Confusion nearly takes it out, but it also gets confused. Watson heals it up with a Super Potion, we hit it again, and here I decide to switch into Kadabra, anticipating another potion, which does happen. I go for Psybeam with Kadabra, which does big damage, and it takes itself out of Confusion. We safely got Kadabra on the field, thank God. Now, the Magneton. I go for Psybeam right away, which does essentially nothing, and he Thunder Waves us, which we cure with our Berry. I go for Disable to disable Thunder Wave, which he was indeed trying to go for again. We got a critical hit on our next Psybeam, and he hits us with Sonic Boom, and then our next Psybeam barely doesn't take it out. His Disable wears off, and he paralyzes us. Uh-oh. It now outspeeds us and hits us hard with Sonic Boom again, but we survive and break through paralysis to get the win. Now you might understand why this took like 6 tries. Between the struggle strategies, Roxanne's battle, having to catch Abra on the first try, and Watson's battle, I had 12 total entire restarts of this challenge to finally get this back. The problem was not only typing, but status, and the fact that we can only get 2 Pokemon up until this point. I had a theory that the game would really open up after this badge, so let's hope that I was correct. Before anything, I decided to teach the Shockwave TM Watson gave us to Kadabra. We need some type coverage to handle Dark types, so it had to be done. Plus, it can't miss, which is nice. Theoretically, our next encounter would be Baltoy in the Route 111 desert, but we can't access any wild Pokemon in there yet without the goggles. We are literally 1 step away from another Pokemon on our team. Can't one just levitate over to us real quick, please? In some good news, Curlia actually learned Psychic at level 26, which is incredible and much earlier than I thought. However, both our Pokemon get to level 27, and our level cap for the next gym is 28, so we need another encounter. One comes to us just in time in the form of Meteor Falls, where we can actually catch a Solrock. We successfully get one, which we nicknamed Teletubby. I'm sorry, I had to. Please understand. It ends up having a modest nature, which is fantastic for its Psychic typing, but really bad for its Rock typing. Since secondary typings are way more important since we have plenty of Psychic types to work with, this isn't great, but hey, at least we have more than 2 Pokemon now, and we can use it to avoid passing the level cap on the other 2. With Solrock at level 26, it's time to face Maxie. This is as good as we're going to get due to the cap. Maxie is absolutely terrifying for us since he has a Mightyena, but I've got a bit of a strategy, I think. I leave with Kadabra, who isn't affected by Intimidate, and immediately go for Reflect, hoping it will last for his next Pokemon. Now the key here is his Mightyena has Sand Attack, which he does indeed use first, but we have Shockwave after all, which can't miss. He uses Sand Attack again, and we get a crit to take him down. Golbat comes out next, and I need to switch to Solrock so we don't level too much. Rock Throw does great damage, but we get confused, and Golbat flinches us twice in a row with Bite. Son of a... I switch it back into Kadabra, who takes the fight and outspeeds with Psybeam to take him down. Amrupt is up next, and I am terrified, but I switch into Solrock, whose Levitate makes it immune to Magnitude. We also resist Ember, but it still does too much, so I send in Violet, who gets hit hard, and we eventually come really close, but he uses the Super Potion, meaning I'm forced to switch into Kadabra. Psybeam just barely doesn't KO, but he goes for Focus Energy and then a Super Potion, after which we get 2 hits off in a row. Wow, that was a tough battle. It's a miracle we didn't lose anyone. Look at our team, my god. After the events at Mount Chimney, we get access to another encounter along the Jagged Pass, a beautiful Spoink. Grumpy is one of my favorite Psychic types from the earlier gens, so I'm excited about this one. We capture Spoink in a Premier Ball and name him Slinky. This name will make less sense once he evolves, but heck. It also has the Thick Fat ability, which is incredible as it helps us resist ice and fire moves. In Lava Ridge Town, we technically get another encounter as an elderly woman is kind enough to give us an egg, which will eventually hatch into a Wynot, another Psychic type. This guy here is complaining about the ledges making it hard to get back to Lava Ridge after going to Mauville. My dude, watch this. We have the magic power of teleportation, baby!
The hardest thing is to get started. You have to get it on paper.
After training our new encounters up against the trainers in Flannery's gym, and with everyone at level 27 or 28, it's time for a 4th gym battle. Looking at our team online, I remember how our strategy works, and I'm imagining both our new team members will be really useful here. Solrock with its resistances, and Spoink with thick fat. The key we have to keep in mind is not to let their slugmas get up light screen or sunny day, or if they do, then definitely stall them out before Torkoal comes in. I lead with Spoink against her first slugma and go for Psybeam, which actually gets a crit on the first turn. What a start. Psybeam does a good chunk on the second slugma, but then it goes for light screen. My plan is to confuse the Torkoal anyway, so as long as the sun's not up, I'm satisfied. But our next Psybeam brings it to what must be like 1 HP. It misses its Rock Slide, but then Flareon uses a Hyper Potion on it, and Psybeam starts doing almost nothing. I decide to confuse the Slugma, and unfortunately it does get the sunny day up, but the light screen goes down. Another Hyper Potion is used on the Slugma, but a crit takes it out. Not ideal, actually, with the sun still up. In comes the Torkoal, and I'm pretty scared. I go for Confuse Ray right away, and it hits itself. Good. We need this sun gone. I go for Psybeam, and it does a laughable amount of damage, and then it goes for Attract on us. Regardless, we get another Psybeam off, but then he hits us with Body Slam for massive damage. The sun is down now, though, and I need Switch to go into Solrock. Torkoal snaps out of confusion and goes for Body Slam, but Solrock is a perfect counter since it resists everything this Torkoal has. We just have to watch out for paralysis. Rock Throw barely doesn't take it out, though, and it paralyzes us with Body Slam on the next turn. Eventually, an Overheat comes in and does massive damage to us despite being resisted, and we live on literally 1 HP. This is why I'm glad we got rid of the sun. Sheesh. Now that we're paralyzed, there is no way I can stay in, but switching Kadabra in is risky as hell. But I have to go for it. I have no other option. Kadabra comes in and my worst nightmare comes true. It goes for Body Slam, but Kadabra lives on just 10 HP, doesn't get paralyzed, and is able to outspeed and take the Torkoal down with Psybeam since Flannery used her Hyper Potions on the Slugmas already. Wow, that was absolutely terrifying. Fourth batch acquired, and it cost us nearly everything. Our team is decimated. Along the way, our egg ends up hatching, meaning we now have a beautiful Wynot added to the team, which we named Because. And I'm thinking it'll be extremely useful for our next gym battle with counter and whatnot. Now that we have the Go Goggles, we can access the desert for a 6-bit counter, Baltoy. The problem is, Wild Baltoy do know self-destruct here, but we're lucky enough to not have it activate, and we catch it and name it Beyblade. It ends up having a jolly nature, plus speed, minus special attack, which is not good at all for its psychic typing, but great for its ground typing, so I'll take it. Oh yeah, as much as I love both fossils in this gen, I go for the root fossil. YouTube commenters, you know what to do. Almost immediately after, I had Wynot out in front of the party so I could switch train it, but we end up running into a trap inch immediately, which ends up having Arena Trap. I can't escape and can't switch out, and Wynot has 0 attacking moves. Oh no. Because dies to 1 faint attack. And oh man, that is not good for Norman's gym. Our first death was a somewhat preventable one, but it didn't really occur to me at all. I was just focused on leveling it up. I just chose the wrong place. While preparing for the next gym, I use our Big TM on Baltoy since neither it nor Claydol learn a better ground move than Mud Slap with 20 power by level. What the hell, man? We also have the Soft Sand item on it, which should give it a good boost, too. While grinding, Violet also ends up evolving into a Gardevoir at level 30, just before the level cap is level 31. Good time. Now, for Norman's gym, I actually can't level up too much. Looking forward, the next level cap is 33 for the Portrait Gym, and that's a good ways away from here. Level 30 is where I'm going to keep all of our Pokemon for the battle and hope for the best. Now, I spent a long while studying Norman's team and trying to formulate a strategy, but I've got to tell you, I was not feeling very confident. I decided to lead with Kadabra against his first Slacking so we could set up Reflect right away. Immediately, Slacking goes for Facade, but I put an Oranberry on Kadabra so we get right up to half health. On Slacking's Truant turn, where it lults around, I decide to go for Recover to heal us back to full. Now that Reflect is up, I switch into Gardevoir, but Slacking goes for Yawn right away, unfortunately. This does allow me a turn to get up a Calm Mind before falling asleep, though. Amazingly, Slacking goes for Yawn yet again while we were asleep, but our Reflect wears off. Eventually, we wake up and get another Calm Mind off, but Slacking hits us with Yawn yet again. I decide to go for the Psychic, but it just barely doesn't take that thing out, even after all the Calm Minds and Norman uses the Hyper Potion. We fail to wake up multiple times, and Slacking does huge damage to us with the sauce. Our Orange is another part of the strategy. Since Slacking can only attack once every other turn, if we time it right, we can use Dig so that for each one of his attacks, we're underground so he can never hit us. As you can imagine, this is a lengthy process, but it's working. Unfortunately, I got greedy wanting to put the slacking in KO range for another one of our Pokemon so we don't activate a Hyper Potion, and I accidentally brought it into the red, and Norman heals it up entirely. We only have 3 digs left too. This is not good. With the slacking at about 2/3 health, I commit to the switch to Kadabra. I get up Reflect immediately and goes for Facade of all things, which brings us to 18 HP. My God. I realize I need to switch again, this time into Gardevoir. He goes for Facade, and thanks to Reflect, brings Violet down to just 12 HP, and we hit him with Psychic. This is going to be close. On his next True turn, we go for Psychic again, and amazingly enough, it does just enough to take him out. That was absolutely crazy. Without Reflect, there is not a chance we could have done that. What kind of father traumatizes their kid like this? On our way back up towards Fortress City, I help Watson out with whatever he's got going on, and he gives us Thunderbolt, which should come in handy later. And I also picked up Ice Beam from the Advantage ship. Along the way, we also run into Steven, who says, in this vast world, there are many types of Pokemon. Do you raise different types, or do you only raise Pokemon of a certain type?
Owner helped us start a business, but it also helped us bring community together.
You said Equinox is more than an SUV. It's a cool down.
You have arrived.
A surprise for Mom. And a weekly store. It's your Equinox, with everything it wants from you. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
I won't. Leave me alone, Steven. During our travels, Point evolves into Grumpig at level 32, which I'm really excited about. At the Weather Institute, we face Men Admin Courtney, who has a Mightyena, a terrifying prospect for our team. She switches it into our Kadabra, and I switch into Solrock, but Swagger confuses us, after which we get hit by Bite into KO range. Baltoy is also forced to switch after 1 dig, and unfortunately, Gardevoir doesn't have a move to hit Mightyena at all right now, nor does Grumpig. The only thing I could do is to go back into Kadabra again, and we get hit by Bite immediately, which does a bit under half. Mightyena hits us with Swagger, though, we get ourselves in confusion, and then get hit by Bite, and that's it. Lucky the Kadabra goes down. The rest of our team is basically dead meat too, but now that Baltimore isn't confused, I get 1 dig off, but we're brought to 16. I switch to Grumpig next, and takes a Bite reasonably well, and I go for Computer Threat on it. I then use Magic Code, it snaps out of confusion and uses Slider, which confuses it yet again since it just gets bounced back, and it KOs itself in confusion. My God, Lucky was an absolute hero to us, and the reason Reflect is definitely not ideal. Rest well, my friend. I definitely need to teach Gardevoir Thunderbolt. Immediately after, we have a surprise battle with May that I forgot about, but thankfully I healed in the bed at the Weather Institute, and we managed her pretty easily with a couple close calls on Gardevoir and Grumpy. On the bridge, we encounter Steven again, who says, "It's been a while." Really, Steven, has it? Because if I recall correctly, I just saw you 10 minutes ago and installed this route. Now, leading into the gym, we have a big problem. All of our Pokemon are at level 33, and that's been avoiding like 90% of the trainers along the way, and we haven't been faced the gym trainers yet. The level cap also happens to be exactly 33. We need to encounter. So I press on all the way to the Safari Zone where I decide, what section is acceptable to us. But they want us to have a fully drawn case, which we forgot to get in Slate Force. So we have to go all the way there and back again on foot while avoiding all of the trainers. Dear Lord. Just like in Fire Brand, due to a low capture rate, we're saying that each human area in the Safari Zone allows you to encounter. And in Area 1, you can get a Natu and successfully catch it and Zaza. In Area 2, we find a Giraffary, but unfortunately, we actually fail to catch it. That's not good, especially given our low capture of potential psychic types to begin with. Our plans for the future involve having a normal type, which could have also been great for us with power again. Well, at least not to allow their levels not to be too high, and Natu evolves immediately to Zatu at the next level, and is able to take out most of the trainers in the gym. With Zatu at level 32 and everyone else at level 33, we make it in the nick of time to win them. I think the Gardevoir against the numbers slow, it's like a couple of double-team attempts to go down the double. However, it's 4 times the left of weakness in force enemies, and Gardevoir suffers the same fate as well. Oh man, thank God for Thunderbolt here. Altaria comes in, and we can't do a whole lot to it with Gardevoir, so I send in Solrock. Now, Solrock is honestly probably the single best Pokemon you can use here, as Altaria can effectively do nothing to it. It keeps Dragon Dancing repeatedly, but will resist everything it can throw on it, and Dragon type moves are special anyway. A few Rongos were able to do the job after a few Hyper Potions on her side, and it just leaves us with one Dragon Breath, which does less than half what is paralyzing. Wow, an easy gym battle. That's a first. Making our way to Liliput City, we can stop off at Malfire for our ninth and final psychic challenge, Get a Meditite, which is only available in Ruby. We successfully catch one of the saviors. I legitimately think having the fighting type coverage might be what makes the end game of this challenge possible in the first place. On our way through the mountain, Ballpoint finally evolves and has turned into the ultimate Beyblade. I'm just jealous, man. While making our way into the Team Magma base, we get our final evolution. Meditite evolves into Metachan. With pure power, this thing is an absolute monster, and we finally have a great way to counter dark types after all of this time. We do have to watch out with high jump kick though, as it only has 90% accuracy, and missing causes massive recoil. Those of you who watch our streams on Twitch know what this can do to a run. That's just the one that we've been doing lately. Jump kick. After arriving at boss, it's time to take on the second gym. This gym is kind of interesting, it has the same type as us. Although we can't do huge damage against anything except with our secondary type moves, they also can't really do huge damage against us, so it's an interesting dynamic. But we make it through with only a couple of close calls. Taking Liza, on the other hand, are a bit different. It's going to be very hard for us to take their Soul Rock and Lumitone down, especially given that they both have Levitate, and the only weaknesses are types that we don't have, such as Grass, Dark, and Water. We also have to stay considerably under-leveled, since the final gym's level cap is only one level higher than this one at 43. I decided to leave with Medichan and Sawtooth. Medichan has a Testo variant hatched, and Silo has the early bird ability, which appears to sleep faster because I know Lumitone will want to use Hypnosis. I decided to try and take the Lumitone out first since it has Light Screen and Calmline. Nightshade does very little, Solrock gets Medichan with Psychic, and Lumitone takes it with Hypnosis, but our Testo Very activates and allows us to hit it with High Jump Kick, but Lumitone barely survives. They then use a Hyper Potion on Lumitone, and Sunny Day is activated. Our next High Jump Kick then misses, causing huge recoil on Medichan. Not good. I switch Medichan up for Gardevoir and continue with the Nightshades from Zatu. Suddenly, the Flamethrower and Psychic from them bring Zatu into the flank, so I go for Psychic from Gardevoir onto Lumitone and switch Zatu out for Grumpy. Lumitone survives yet again, and her Grumpy switch with Grace. Flamethrower is resistant to the Big Bang. However, Psychic gets a critical hit on us, and Grumpy is now below half. Another Hyper Potion brings Lumitone back to full, and we bring it below half, which is Psychic. Grumpy is now within KO range, but I decide to try to KO Lumitone, which is Psychic, and thankfully a last-minute crit kill is what we couldn't have otherwise. Grumpy survives another Flamethrower in the bed, and I realize we'll need to power up to take down the Solrock so I can use Calmline on the Gardevoir and switch the Claydol on Grumpy. Solrock then starts charging up a Solar Beam, so I actually shoot in here, even though it has Levitate, merely so it can't take Claydol if that's the one it went for, and it indicated once. This allows us to take out the Solrock in a few more turns after a Hyper Potion. Wow, with that gauge, that was keep over for at least one of our Pokemon, probably more. Our team got hurt bad there, but we pulled through for the bat. One last battle with Baxter is pulled off relatively easily now that we have Thunderbolt on Gardevoir, although Provac did get a crit on Gardevoir and almost took it out with one hit while it was confused, but we broke out and failed with Psychic. Our Beyblade is a perfect counter for camera, so we finish it off nicely. Growl on the way it then attacks us, but with the power of love, friendship, and idiocy, we defeat the almighty Land Poet, or Lord of the Land. I knew the shot left. I know that the took application, got it filled, and lost out with money. So we got critical. And look at money. And we said gifts. And we said I suppose that works better. Before the final gym, I'm actually forced to deposit Solrock since we need Surf to get to the damn gym in the first place, so we have to bring one of our HM's plates. That's unfortunate, although Solrock would definitely be the least useful one here. Since we got the Brick Breaks again in Sutopolis, I finally featured the Medichan as a secondary safer option. I spent a lot of time studying Wallace's team as well, and it started off with a Ruckus, so I leave Gardevoir. It would be nice to load Calmlines here, but since Gardevoir is male, it can actually get attracted by the Ruckus, so we don't want to risk that, in addition to confusion as well. I go for Thunderbolt immediately with KOs it in one hit. Next comes Quick Pass, which is a bit unfortunate due to its ground hacking, but I go for Psychic and it does it for half. Quick Pass then uses Amnesia, and I know Psychic won't focus well now, and will probably trigger a Hyperphone fuse, so I preemptively switch to Metacam to need a physical boost now. And Metacam is hit hard by Earthquake. I go for Burst Right though, and it does indeed KO. Helio comes out next, and is a super effective one hit with Burst Right. Next comes Speeding, and it survives Burst Right and goes for Rain Dance, which activates its ability, making it faster than us, but thankfully it misses Horn Drill. Dear God, that would have been bad. Wallace next sends up his last Pokemon, Milotic, to hit us with a rain-boosted waterfall, and we survive on literally 1 HP. Holy. I have to switch now, so I go to Gardevoir, and thankfully it just uses Twister on the switch. Thunderbolt brings it into the red, and Waterfall hits us below half, but this is confused. Wallace uses a Hyper Potion, and we hit again with Thunderbolt, which does less than half, but another brings it back into the red. Wallace then begins to stand recovered like crazy, and is actually gaining health over time. Eventually it goes for Waterfall and confuses us, meaning it's not safe to stay in anymore. I switch in Grunt Egg, and 2 Waterfalls to brings us to half and confuses us, but we land a Psychic, and it barely doesn't kill. This also triggers yet another Hyper Potion use, exactly what we didn't want, and Grunt Egg takes itself to confusion. I do land a confused Red Zone, but we get in KO range after another Waterfall. I switch in Claydol, hoping for a confusion hit, but it takes us with another Waterfall and gets another breakthrough confusion for the Ice Beam, which brings us to 3 HP. My God, this is insane. Zanchu is basically our last hope here, and I'm hoping for the confusion hit or Waterfall so we can add speed, but it snaps out of confusion, uses the Ice Beam, and gets a crit to take Zanchu out in 1 hit. What the actual was that? With Zatu KO'd, we at least get a chance to live it safely, but literally everything is almost dead. I decide I have to go for it. The Calm Mind. With increased special defense, we survive Waterfalls on 8 HP, don't get confused, and bam! Thunderbolt barely takes that damn thing out in 1 hit. That was ridiculous beyond words. 8 Gym Badge acquired, but at the cost of our beloved ancient hieroglyph bird thing. Only 5 Pokemon left. Victory Road is a mess as per usual, but we make it to Wally's battle safely, and just when I thought it would be an easy one, I realized Gardevoir was out of psychic power points, so we had to use Thunderbolt against Roselia, which doesn't go well. Gardevoir is down to 12 HP after poison damage, but thankfully the rest of our team is able to pull through for the win, thanks to Solrock against Altaria, Medicham against Magneton and Delcatty, and Claydol against Gardevoir. With that, we've made it to the Hoenn Pokemon League. After a lot of preparation, such as finally harvesting my citrus berry farm, buying TMs from the game corner, getting a couple items such as the Hearthstone for Solrock, and grinding our Pokemon, we're ready to take on the Elite Four. Or at least I hope we are. But who knows? Since the last Elite Four member Drake has an ace level of 55, that's what I use as our level cap before him, so I get our Pokemon all up to level 54, which I think should be safe. It's time. Let's do this. Sydney is up first, and he was one of the Elite Four members I was fearing the most. I leave Gardevoir against Mightyena so that Intimidate doesn't affect us, and Thunderbolt does great damage, but I know since he's in the red he's going to use a full restore, and he lowered our accuracy, so I decide now's the time to switch into Medicham. From here, it is a literal scares me a lot since Ghost is super effective against us, but we're only neutral against them offensively. I leave with Gardevoir against her Dusclops, and knowing Ghost is physical, I still go for Calm Mind since I know we need more offensive power with Psychic, a neutral move. We get hit hard by Shadow Punch to a bit above half, but then we can one-hit KO it with Psychic. After Calm Mind, the same goes for her 2 Banettes as well, but then she sends in her level 51 Dusclops. I go for Psychic again, but it doesn't even kill after a Calm Mind, and this one has Shadow Ball instead of Shadow Punch, so it's even more powerful and takes out Violet, our starter Pokemon. Honestly, switching anything into that would have been a grave mistake. We had to stack something. Either way, there's no guarantee we would have had a 2-hit KO with anything else. I decide to go into Solrock, who has our highest defense overall, and the Dusclops' Citrus Berry activates. Rock Slide gets a crit though, so we take it out, thank God. Next is Sableye. Rock Slide does over half. It does over half on us with Shadow Ball, but we do have speed and hit it with another Rock Slide to take it out and end the battle. Gardevoir is a really, really tough loss here, given what we're up against in the coming battles. Only 4 Pokemon left and still 3 trainers to go. This is looking dismal.
Up next is Glacia, the Ice-type Elite Four member. I decided to lead with Medicham, and hope to God we can come close to one-hit KOing everything with Brick Brick, since our whole team is weak to fighting. This plan actually works initially, KOing both her Glalie and both her Celias instantly. But then her Wall Ring comes out and actually survives a Brick Break in the red and hits us hard with Blizzard. Both of our Citrus Berries activate, but at the last second I realized that Medicham might actually level up past the level cap if we do take it out, so I switch into Grumpy, who uses Calm Mind before getting hit by a Surf, just so I ensure the KO is psychic and don't trigger a full restore. And the plan works. 3 Elite Four members down, and we no longer have to worry about the level cap. Next up is the final Elite Four member, Drake, at Dragon Trader. Now, I have not played all the Ice Beam TM we got for this exact reason, and it's time to see if it'll pay off. I start off with Play All, and Drake sends a chill them. Had I known he was going to stand for next, I could have gone for Cosmic Power here, but I couldn't really risk it either way since he has Crush too. I get a power with 1 Ice Beam, and I thought it was great for a full restore, so I go for Cosmic Power, and lead the defense race from the jump to Pokemon, but he hits us with Crush before we can take it out next. One of his Flygon comes out next, and hits us with Crush immediately, which also gets the special defense drop. That is not good at all. I see it doesn't even fail despite 4 times effectiveness. Drake then fully restores this, but our next Ice Beam actually freezes him, so we can go for Cosmic Power again before taking down with another Ice Beam. This is intense. Next comes to the balance, and it hits the run with Crush before we hit him with Ice Beam to the rest. It's very activated, and so is ours, so I'm using it with a Crush from his range. But he gets a critical hit to take us out on his next attack. No, this is not good. That is the worst possible time. We're down to 3 Pokemon. I send it Rocket, it's ready, Con does about a third on us, but then 3 Psychic takes it out. Altarnia comes out next, and we have definitely learned how to handle these by now, so I think he's over. Altarnia starts Dragon Dancing, so I take the opportunity to use Cosmic Power here to start advancing, so we can hopefully handle the next Flygon too. Dragon Breath hits us and doesn't paralyze and drops Flygon over half, but we get paralyzed on the next hit before taking them out. With Flygon now on the field and us paralyzed, I'm not feeling too good, but we did get the defense rate. Flygon uses Sandstorm, which is actually going to increase our strength of defense further, so that's not bad at all. Psychic does about a third, after we were fully paralyzed 1 turn, but then we're paralyzed again on the next, so I'm forced to switch while in the red. I don't get Grumpy, but it's very good Dragon Breath paralyzes Grumpy too, and the Sandstorm bursts below half. I tried to go for the Fuse Ray, but it was really silly. To one of our legacy Pokemon, then back to Grumpy. Here, I successfully get a rest off, healing our health and paralysis, and our Tempo Berry feels sleep. Between getting paralyzed multiple more times and rest without a Tempo Berry to work with, he finally takes down his last Pokemon. It's time for the final battle. Champion Steven is up next, and we only have 3 Pokemon remaining whose Stab-type moves are resisted by Steel. Great. I spent a lot of time strategizing for this battle, and ultimately I decided to lead with what we just witnessed Grumpy can do against Starmie, since Solrock and
the city wins. It's as hard as it is. Just to watch the standing up playoffs on Sports Center. The Ford is a big. It's a. The Ford is a big deal event. Right now, lease this F-150 for $237 bi-weekly. That's like $119 a week.
Welcome back. Alright, news of the day video for you fine people on the internet. You're finding it is April the 6th. We'll go ahead. We'll start at the top of the board. That is normally how these things work. So Florida's A2 Lustrina, third line forward for them, and he has been fined today by the Department of Player Safety. He was fined for a high stick on Ricardo Kell. So if you felt like that should have been a suspension, the fine will not be enough. And if you think there were other things that took place that were worse than that high stick, then you're not going to be happy either. Department of Player Safety does a really good job of making sure everybody's equally happy. But either way, Lustrina gets fined. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But that's the only thing Department of Player Safety came out with from this past weekend. So must have been a pretty clean weekend in those 22 games. Andrew Mangiapane is set to return tonight for Chicago against the San Jose Sharks. So Chicago plays San Jose twice between now and the end of the season. And while Chicago can't make the playoffs, they can make it so San Jose doesn't either. So getting Mangiapane back in the lineup, that's good. He's one of the veterans. And yeah, we'll see how things go for Chicago the rest of the way. And if they can play spoiler, I think it's fun to play spoiler. I don't know that the players see it that way. I'm pretty sure they don't. But it does make it more enjoyable for me watching the games when the teams that are outside of the playoffs play well. And as I've been saying in recent weeks as well, the strength of schedule becomes less and less important as we get towards the end of the season, because how motivated teams are. Sometimes those teams with a really good points percentage aren't quite as motivated. We've seen that this past weekend as well. Leon Draisaitl was expected to start skating soon. Now the word is that he should return during the first round of the playoffs. Doesn't sound as certain that he's going to, though. So Draisaitl's injury may very well be more long-term than what we've been hearing. And so the fact that he's not skating yet, we're 10 days out at the end of the regular season, so he's probably not returning, early in the playoffs. And so, yeah, Draisaitl's expected to start skating at some point really soon. Zach Hyman is going to miss the 3-game road trip for the Oilers, so that's 2 top 6 forwards that are out. And it's going to be leaning more on guys like Bud Colson and Savoy for the Oilers to end up maybe winning the division, maybe ending up with home ice advantage. We'll see how things go, but they're going to have to do so without Hyman, who's a very good goal scorer, and Draisaitl was just a really good all-around player. Obviously, one of the best players in the NHL and all that. Vancouver's dealing with some injuries of their own. Lankinen dealing with an upper body injury. He's not suiting up against Vegas, so I guess Tolopilo gets to start there. Evander Kane is also day-to-day. It's an undisclosed injury for Kane. The Canucks are just winding things down. I don't know that I expect them to win any more games between now and the end of the season. It's just the faster this season is over, the better. I think a lot of Canuck fans would agree with that. And so, yeah, injuries are just another thing. But they're guaranteed to finish 32nd overall. There's no reason to put a player on the ice for a game if they don't feel up to par. So, at this point in time, yeah, Vancouver's just wrapping things up. Brandon Hagel is not playing for Tampa tonight against Buffalo. The last time out, these teams playing against each other, it got pretty physical, got pretty nasty at times. Not having Hagel out there is going to hurt Tampa. Hagel's a good offensively minded player, but he's not shy when it comes to the physical side of things either. So we'll see how ugly tonight's game gets between the two teams. My guess is probably not that ugly because, it's been a bit, and this is a really important game. It does feel like now that we're getting into these games that could decide where teams play and playoffs and all that we're seeing players less likely to drop the gloves than they were earlier in the year. Romanov, who's been out for a while for the New York Islanders, he is to take part in contact drills this week. So there's been talk about him maybe being ready to come back for the start of the playoffs himself. Romanov is a good defenseman for the Islanders. Of course, they've changed coaches since the last time he played. Pete DeBoer's debut behind the Islanders bench will be on Thursday. They really are looking for that coaching bump to get themselves into the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to work or not. The race in the East is so wildly unpredictable. So we'll see if it works or it doesn't. But either way, Romanov is getting closer to a return. We'll just see how far out he is soon enough. Gustav Nyquist in a non-contact jersey at practice for the Winnipeg Jets. Nyquist has had a tough season offensively, not getting the goals that he might have expected from him or the points. But Nyquist is at least in practice. Non-contact means he's away some from returning. Morgan Barron, lower body injury for him week to week. It looks like he just came back not too long ago. But either way, yeah, Barron week to week with a lower body injury for the Jets. They're going to miss him. Week to week means a minimum of 2 weeks, which means the rest of the regular season for Barron. And of course, the Jets find themselves, I believe, 3 points out of the playoff spot currently. So how will this affect their chase? It's just going to make it a little more difficult. It means that the other players can step things up a little bit. So your 3 starters of the week, Rickard Rakell, 5 games. So this is how basically the schedule was this week. Pittsburgh played 5 games. Rakell had 7 goals, 1 assist, 8 points in those 5 games. He is the first star of the week. It's nice to see Rakell playing well. He's been a favorite of mine for a long time, so that's nice to see. Jack Hughes has gone beast mode in this season as well. He's the number 2 star of the week. 4 games, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. New Jersey's not going to make the playoffs, but Jack Hughes is showing that the plan is to make the playoffs next year and at least finish the season strong this year. Robert Thomas in St. Louis, he had a big night last night. Helps him get the 3rd star of the week. 4 games, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. So Thomas trying to keep St. Louis in the hunt. They were tied with Winnipeg, 3 points back in the playoff spot. They have the tiebreaker on Winnipeg, so St. Louis does have a chance. Especially considering that no team's really nailing that spot down and making sure it's theirs. Nashville could have, then they lose 3 in a row in regulation, so that spot's still wide open. We'll see if St. Louis can get in, and if they do, what do you do next season with the St. Louis Blues? Taylor Hall, he reaches 300 goals. Finally got that 300th goal done. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. There's definitely the Hall of Very Good, and Taylor Hall, that might be the Hall that Hall belongs in. So before I say the word Hall too many times, we'll move on. Brandon Fox is getting close for Dallas. Won't play tomorrow. So he's getting close. Myers could return tomorrow. Dallas is dealing with a lot of injuries. Getting Myers back would be good for that blue line. Bastian is considered to be 3 to 4 weeks away. So they're definitely, with Fox and Myers and Bastian on the board, that's a lot of sandpaper that's out of your lineup. Bastian being 3 to 4 weeks away means he won't play until we're well into the playoffs. Myers returning would be good for Dallas. Fox being close is good news as well. Just a matter of keeping things together. Dallas has had their struggles over the last few weeks. The injuries have definitely played a role in that. Very similar to Colorado, with Colorado going through a lot of their issues because of injuries they've had too. And then it's a matter of, righting the ship in time for the playoffs so they can do it. We'll find out soon enough. I don't normally report on the minor league signings. I had to report this one. Had to. The most amazing name for a hockey player I have seen in a very long time. The Minnesota Wild have signed 22-year-old defenseman Viking Gustafsson Nyberg, or Nyberg, depending on how it's pronounced. Yeah, first name is Viking. That's awesome. And Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota. Viking, of course. So this is a great name. He's been signed to an amateur tryout, so he'll report to Iowa. And he's out of the University of Connecticut. So I hope Viking ends up making it to the NHL. I hope the Minnesota Wild find a way to do a tie-in with the NFL Minnesota Vikings. It just works. So you have Anaheim, of course, with McQueen. Now we've got a Viking that's going to be playing for the Minnesota Wild. It's fantastic. I think it's great. That's now my favorite name in hockey right now. Apologies to all the other fun names out there, but that's just the fact that I saw that name and I thought, that's not his first name. And I looked it up. It's sure enough, hockey database, Viking, first name, cool, awesome, great, amazing. I'm sure he gets fined. For people. Hey, Viking, get over your head. You're not going to do your hey, buddy. Now you're calling Katie either death. Sit over his head. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. That's all that section below. I have engaged. Yeah, I bet it's also one of the only memories you have left. You're right. A few days we found out a bit. I think it's time to start the bloodborne series. Thank God we were starting to hit each other's throats over everything. You and I were at each other's throats last night. I love throats. Joe, have you really played this game? Don't worry. Okay, I guess first up we can do clarity. Clarity is the two attacks, and at any given moment, your hands can see most on a ball. And that's make them sit back right now. Donald the Cleric uses a great introductory like the blood. It's one of the bosses and ready to go on what the student is and then the game is really done. You gotta agree with the fighter in on this one. It's probably the best oriole ball that you can kind of fish. And then let's do that 10 minutes to go.
That's probably because we chose the 15 bill. So it's like, this is certified. Only thing that's certified is, you know, the like the smart. Okay, let's just put this shit in like ski and move on to the good stuff. Like gas going, my God's gas going.
Real fucking funny that this defensive Eric act like we stand by.
There's a difference coming, bro.
Yeah, I forgot your government must be living in the stone age. Big gas going is too.
Gas going is great CF. Dominance. He forces the player to learn that this game isn't Dark Souls anymore. Aggression is the name of the game. If you try to play defensively against this guy, he'll tear right through. Also, his transformation is hype as hell. Get real garage ass on. Once you realize you're on the presence, it's almost impossible to guy within the college is standing all at one time. And normally the whole beach box, dub box, is picking my toes. So it's all flat, but the girl is now going to play it on the right. Just like a gas going to tell me Donald, it looks like you're 70 at the time and Sydney's not burning up. Bill and I are putting this big guy in hay. Good one?
Snap back to reality, Slim Shady. This fight is okay, but it's B at best. It looks cool with its skin falling off and everything, but I'm pretty sure I've built walls shorter than the run back. Also, this fight is literally the beam of walking forward and to the left, dodging every attack.
I'm tired of that criticism. Donald literally, like every fight in the series, is shit on by moving forward to the left.
Maybe Michael Jackson should learn to make a fucking step. You don't want me to complain about it.
Not nothing right on the no one's going to do these versus these fights. You guys are blatantly wrong. If you keep the peace, we can put it in B and move on.
Yeah, well, you keep the peace in your fearless.
Tell Jimmy Strack, this Michelin man looking ass is testing. Anyway, next up is Vicar Amelia. This fight is really hard as a new player, and once again, fortunately, play aggressively if you want to burn through the beginning. Amelia is a definitive beast fight in the game and deserves execution.
Ain't no fucking way to deserve that tier, bro, but I agree with everything else. Put her in A.
Well, particularly this fight is boring as fuck, bro. Billy's right on the money for this one. I personally hate the competition. I'm okay with you practice playing the game after this, but getting help is terrible idea. All right, Bill, we're used to Joe having some ass takes, but we invited you on because we thought you could sit back.
For real, don't ask, don't tell. He ain't ignoring his 6-year opinion still. I'd almost rather be calling Hillary.
Let's not go that far. Bill, have you even played this fucking game, bro? You haven't said like anything about any of the boss. I said nothing really about it,
Bill, they need you in hometown, little cock arguments on my contract. Kick his ass, Barack, just wasting our time.
First of all, fuck you, dude. Secondly, I think we
Yeah, I hope. I never have to leave your clothes ass to do it.
Your opinion is such so much. Bro, you just agree with it. I'm picking it. I did. See you, Bill. Anyway, moving on, we got the Witch of Hemlock. This is the best thing out since Bloodborne. I'm going to go ahead and put this more in down.
Got Barack.
Now, wait a second. I should have fucking known. This fight isn't so bad. The boot styles can have a really big impact on the game. And the fight is like a puzzle. Sure, it's playing after the done it before, but figuring it out the first time is kind of fun.
Of course, the guy whose favorite pastime is defending shitty bosses like this fight. Bro, no one realizes that insight is what affects that shit. Everyone thinks it's random until they open up Extra Life. Not even the Reddit intellectuals come to defend this fight's honor.
For real, Donald. The Witch of Hemlock goes in F. I guess next up is Shadow of Yarn. I love these guys. They're really fun. They all have these different abilities. Depending on how you fight the Yarn, they really do so many amazing things. I have so much nostalgia for guys on
I'm going to be real, Joe. I have no fucking clue what you just said, but I think you like to fight, and that's the correct opinion. This is one of the most dynamic fights in the series. It has 3 phases, and the fight is completely different depending on the order you kill them in. This fight could feel like a challenge even after beating it 10 times before, but it's never a frustrating difficult one. These guys are the boss.
If by bomb you mean what I do to the toilet after Taco Bell, and yes, Donald, they are indeed the bomb. Their steak attack is a one shot, and no one likes to deal with that kind of bullshit.
God gets it.
And that, the people today, I thought the vibes were going to be better after dark story. But yeah, we got a controversy on that next. Personally, I find Robin insane fights. This shit goes hard on your first place without even getting count. Yeah, Jack dropping down into the water for the first time. And we bring him back there and one of the memories I have of game.
Yeah, I bet it's also one of the only memories we have left. You're right, this fight is insane. It's fucking bad, my God. Mom does about fucking nothing except this, while her fatal test tube baby stun locking longer than a Twitch stream. Jack brings up politics.
I bet Eric is Jr. taught you a lot about failed testing babies, didn't they, Donald?
God, who the fuck said
That's two babies. Hey, random question. Have you guys ever played with the I think the cabin called Stop This. Joe, I told you on Snap last night, if you bring that shit up, people are going to look at you weird. Let's try to forget you just said that and move on to Paul. This fight is cool as hell, but always like this fight is John Man. Did he treat it to? Yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, the atmosphere of this fight is creepy and no one should.
You know a thing or two about being creepy?
And it has such a wide, varied boost set. It has a lot of agency that it's attached up to a ton of gas.
Yeah, if you fight this bastard after Rom, I bet it doesn't feel fair. When you get surprised and shamed by the ice agent outside the cathedral and fight him after BSB, this fight feels like some Omega bullshit. I'd like to see your sorry ass beat it with some crashing plus 200 action.
I'm with Johnny on this one, Joe. Paul was asked to encounter early and he became like notoriously awful in communicating whether you're supposed to fight something or run past it.
Ain't no way I know damn well I didn't just hear that shit, Ron. You defended the asylum demon saying it's obvious you weren't supposed to fight it, and like no cap 5 days later, you're saying something. How was I supposed to know I couldn't fight Paul right now? We're here cry about it. I can't go much.
Let's go. Donald, the whole point of these tier lists is to accurately rank the quality of these fights, not engage in petty politics with one another.
Your entire career is petty politics.
I'm trying to get it back. Okay, whatever, guys. How are we feeling about the one that he won? We put him in the team who won this fight and won.
Yeah, I can get you that.
Hey, now wait 1 fucking second. Are you kidding me? A 60-foot tall pillar of flesh summons itself out of the sky and drops down into the arena, and you two think it's boring?
You like every fight in these games that drops dangerous shit out of the sky.
Okay, buddy. It could look like from the back, it'll be boring as hell, Jack. I like knowing, I don't even remember what he does. You don't remember much, Joe.
Nah, Joe is actually kind of spitting. I don't remember anything about this fight either. Like, if it was mandatory, I honestly have no clue. I'm not sure if the software does either. Even that DS Assassin's Creed game has more cultural impact than this.
That game is kind of fire, man. Stop hating.
Yeah, sure.
Fine, I'll put this guy in C. Next up, we got Martin Ligarius. Call this fight Mars because it's gas to the max. He's easily the most mechanically intensive fight in the base game, and is amazingly high quality for being in an optional and very easy to mix areas. His theme goes hard, and it's more of using yourself to lock away insulting non-vampires, vampires, and painters to fuel his flesh. Joe keeps a good opinions rolling. You're on your way to redeeming yourself. This fight is quintessential pre-DLC blood for the man. It's like you're fighting another player's character, except way bigger and actually competent. His mix of magic and physical attacks makes this fight a much less rhythm regardless of which range you're fighting him at.
Surprised you like this fight so much, Ron. I thought all the dead skulls and stuff would remind you of your war from.
Are you going to bring that shit up every boss or what?
I'll admit this war is pretty cool. Only the gameplay was too. This fight is far too demanding for how long of a run back it has, and his attacks are all cheesy as fuck. He also has about 1 million HP. But
Maybe if you ever refuse to weapons, fucking down, John.
I don't want to manage all that shit. I thought I was playing Victorian Barnes.
For real, he doesn't even have that much HP.
He does. You just confuse Luke with totally played every single playthrough.
Insult LAC again, and I'm kicking your ass if this fall passes the bill. You're on to go in the head.
Don't you dare!
It feels like we've been doing this shit all day. Let's wrap it up with the thick of it. This fight is kind of mid and introduced the gimmick boss mechanic to the series where you can only really damage to it on its lucky spot. That was losing a song. I
agree with Farag on this one. This fight is so forgettable, so scary.
The fight is big, I agree. But all three of us know how true it is. Knowing these things and get around counter and watching it. The fight itself is stressful, but it's a system. It's a nice. Fuck knows I guess it is. Very different decided to
That's true, but those ones aren't Boston, Joe. And we're ranking the Boston. They're the equivalent of the little umbrellas you get in your cocktail. They're fun to look at, but not meant to be. Guys, before we finish up this list, I think we should try to cut the toxicity down a bit. Yeah, I think we've been getting a bit too. Oh, yeah, got it. Good. So first up, we got selection on the personally think this is an extremely transformative fight that dwarfs every other fight in the game in terms of pure quality. The real death. You're going to make time of fucking so hard and anything fun. You guys are so fun. What's the matter, Trump? Yeah, I hope you were about to say you guys are so fun, right? What the fuck is going on? Go ahead and make these guys a new team about them. Good. Okay, that's enough. You guys are fucking insane, bro. This shit is so ass. Don't fight in the game into something compared to how fucking stupid this fight is. Respectfully, what the fuck is wrong with you? I bet you $10 on stupid cookies every night before bed. It's a fucking circus. Oh God, what did you even like about this fight, Joe? Monica was playing I was stupid today. He was running around this big abandoned house. And then when we followed them into the last little room, we would all try to beat the shit out of them. Good time. That's fun. Joe, we really just need to know that. Just thank you for sharing. This fight is one gimmick of knowing how to chase him around the correct way. And once you understand that gimmick, the fight is unlosable. Okay, Barack, first of all, you're right on it being a shitty gimmick. But if you've ever gotten all of the Beyond fights in the Ministry, you would know you have to do. Of course, the guy that died in Pinwheel thinks Nikolak is hard too. Thank you, I did not say that. Because he spawned a shitload of clones and could easily attack you. Okay, well, it sounds like we have 2 against and 1 for, so let's just put it in B. Next up, we got Adriana. This fight is cool as shit, no cap. Are you gaslighting me? Her moveset is so varied and her massive amount of health makes you feel like a race-off. You only think this fight is fair because you abused the cannon on release and spammed her to death. Your skill is free. I like her too. Her whole aesthetic is really enjoyable. It really reminds me of my wedding. But over here is 2023. Let's focus up this guy. My name is Joe Biden, and I love the big design monster. This is almost a surprise when I found out the place London. Here we go. Hey, trust me, man. I started playing the London in honor of the lad fucking talking this for the first time. Jesus, not this shit again. I would say that I think not all of the moves are super explosive design. Some of them feel like real bullshit. Yeah, and the ones that do feel like real bullshit are the ones that fucking one-shot you. The whole, like, atmosphere of the fight in the arena are all right, but she's held back by a couple of her moves and she's hitting with being stupid shit. What's your vote, Joe? She's the best. It's not a fussy. Her name is literally Daughter of the Cosmos. Amazing dreams, man. Next up, Margot Black. This is the best fight in the base game, or this shit goes so hard it's unbelievable. Cool aesthetic, cool attack, cool visual effects, the whole 9 yards. I think I gotta go for the stuff. Probably the final boss. Not exactly surprised that the Cradle Smasher here enjoyed the Cradle Smasher boss, but that's my fault for having higher expectations. The fight is hard as hell the first time with an absolutely insane run back. Killed it. She basically only has a few different kinds of attacks. And the only one of those attacks anyone actually remembers is the one where she forgot to pay the electricity bill and sent that. You are so absent. Rocking the news right on every good fight in the team. But Virgo's Virgo's wet part is ass, and that is indeed where I draw the line. It's so capped, it's unbelievable. I don't want to hear shit from the guy that backs up in like 6 different casinos. That shit is straight embarrassing. Casinos are literally an IRL infinite fun list. Wait, really? Fake news. Don't listen to me. Whatever we can put her in A so we can move on. Before finishing up the main bosses, let's do the old Hunter stuff. Hunter? The Coke one, Joe, the Bloodborne one. The first one is a straight banger. It looks like it's an easy S tier. Let me adjust.
Wait, I'm muted so fucking time. You guys are insane.
Fuck you, real. God damn it. What kind of friend are you?
And yes, actually, I do in fact object. This fight is worsened by the fact that his first phase is kind of a joke, while his second phase is far too hard. It took me like 5 hours to kill him, and the rest of the DLC combined like 3.
That's enough of that. Thanks for that. Anyway, as we were saying, this fight is cool as hell. Easily the best police fight in the year. It mixes the best parts of fighting the monsters with the best parts of fighting the hunters. That sounds like my God. Smart, and fight in the whole heart. What do you guys need to say, man? Really have fear? Brock, I only like this fight because the ass weapon. Trump said that his jump attack where he lands on you anywhere in the room is worse than being your PC. If the camera was half decent, maybe it'd be acceptable. But as it is, you just can't see shit. Of course, despite your character, he said he'd be able to just look up. Maybe he forgot how to look up because you were the one playing. We could put him in a tier to make you happy this time, Joe, but you're on thin fucking ice. Let's just get Lawrence the first vicar out of the way next. I literally don't remember anything about him except that I just liked him. For real, the rest of the DLC is okay. This guy just feels so sad. Out of the way. It's kind of like Lawrence the first vicar. Are you thinking of Lawrence of the Rangers? Oh, yeah, I am. That was a great movie. Saw it in theaters many times. We're talking about the boss, Joe. Yeah, the boss is good too. He has like Latin playing in the background of his music. Vito Tus, he married Vito Tus. Do you even know what it means, Joe? Veronica, if you thought the Good Ones comment by Bill 2 days ago was bad, you'd hate to know what Joe just said about you. Fuck you, Joe. I thought we were tight. Next up are the living failures. This fight is easy as shit. Let's just put it in that and move on. I concur, Barack. This was the only fight in the game I beat first try and never even have to do that. I agree this fight is going to happen. Trump ain't no way to get kicked by these guys. I did almost no damage. This shit takes so long. Some of us have things to do, like bankruptcy. Fuck you. Bury that dumbass. It's only less than a minute. I don't believe in that. You don't believe in parrying? I'm not going to learn to parry for one fight that makes no fucking sense. Are you fucking stupid, man? You're supposed to parry like every boss in this game. Wait, you can parry the bosses? I mean, yeah, I knew this would be bad mechanic. To play the whole game without parrying? No wonder you don't like any of the fucking fights, dude. Stevie Wonder would probably have an easier time. At least you would accidentally parry the boss sometimes. Make the fuck this stupid argument, we all think the fight is ass anyway. Next up is one of the most iconic fights in the series. Let's go ahead and put her in and get the body. No problem with her if she gets the action of it. You're gonna stop me there, dude. This fight is too fucking hard. Try enough. You barely have any animations so you can safely get it. Supposed to fucking parry it.
Chance!
Thinks about fights, forces, play a certain way. Holy shit, not even better for that fight. That's shit, McDonald, you know. Parry is the core mechanic of the fucking game. You might as well fight on these force to fucking hit the boss at all. Give you any idea. Fuck you guys think you're so right. That's what happened. Never felt better, thank you. Literally everyone knows this was part of the game. Next up is the ultimate fight. You guys are really cool and disgusting. Most of the fights we have left are goated AF bro. Banger after banger. The Demons Army. To be honest with you, I have just about no fucking clue why Miyazaki added these fights, and they're like literally identical to each other, dude. I think it's safe to slide both of these wannabe Wish knockoffs into the. Oh, what's the matter, Barack? Little Bates put a Silent Demon in B tier, so put two objectively better fights in D. Did you pop too many Xannies before the call, or what? Barack's right to fucking point out to it's intellectually dishonest to hold these fights to the same standard as the first division fighter of the game. Oh, sorry, what's that? All I can hear is some fucking baby man is crying. What's the matter? Your daughter doesn't let you sit or marry. You're supposed to have Go ahead and lock those. Finally, one more waste of fucking time. I swear to God, everyone in this call just talks to each other to make up shitty arguments. Trump, when you were screen sharing your first playthrough, you literally said they're less useful than food. Let's do Centipede Demon Hunters. Oh boy. Now this is the damn fight. These games are truly at their peak, and all you can see is a bunch of fucking garbage because the shitty ass camera coded in a comedy momentum like inside the box. Nothing gets me bricked up like fighting an enemy with all the super back and spit lava while being able to see it on a jackson. Alright, we get it done. You're the president of the fucking snapback. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree this boss is one of the five that opposite of the 132. Actually, that was 132. Yeah, we fucking get it, so this fight is bad. Also, who the hell okayed the lava? It's like 5 times brighter than anything else in this dark-ass game. It makes a god-awful movie. It's like the developers thought the shitty camera wasn't enough, but we wanted to make sure we have a full time color. Just put this shit in deep tier. We all know it's ass. Hurry up. Okay, I get it. Next up in the line of straight bangers, we got Dead and Chaos. Even calling this a fight feels offensive. Its arms are straight up hitbox door and shove you into the little glory holes constantly. The only good thing about this shit is things without having to do it again remind me of things can always be good. For real, Barack, this fight makes Dragon God and Yorm look like they belong in the fucking movie. BOC, on top of being complete unadulterated dog shit, also has one of the longest runbacks in the game and probably the series. BOC is cheeks and doesn't need any more justification to put it in F tier. No one likes this shit.
Hey, wait now to be honest.
I think Trump sensed the bullshit that was seconds away from coming out of the
Josh Stone for second.
I think this fight gets a lot of unwarranted hate.
Sorry, bros, I had a brain aneurysm and fucking died after hearing Uncle Joe start defending this gimmick fest.
Hey, fuck you too, Jack. I listen to your opinions, even the shit something withdrawal.
COVID seed, bitch.
Anyway, the point is, I kind of like BBC.
Bro?
I said I kind of like BOC. It's not amazing or anything, but I can appreciate the developers and making all the unique stuff. Sure, it's lost, but not everything can be a winner.
Yeah, if it took me like 40 years to become president, I'd be telling myself not everything can be a winner too.
For real, that's some fucking code, Joe. This shit is going in F you can cry about. Thank God all the bosses left are gas. Easel is being released during my presidency was my greatest regret.
Hey, can we do Gwendolyn next, please? The fight is just really amazing.
I just know I'm going to regret asking this, Joe. Why do you want to do Gwendolyn next so fucking bad?
I've been waiting like 20 minutes to talk about her. She's just so
Joe?
She reminds me of Jill when we first met. Oh my God. The fight is also really cool. I know it's simple, but she's kind of like an obstacle course. Pretty fun. Pretty convincing game here if I do say so myself, Jack.
Joe. 2 things. First of all, the fight is mid. What are you talking about? Gwendolyn literally has 3 attacks: the crossbow one, the magic bomb, and the magic spur. You also fight them the same exact way no matter what build you have, which is a hallmark of the tournament fight. See here at best. Second, Gwendolyn is a man Jones. You were still coming back. Joe, you spent half your playthrough reading the wiki. You're trying to convince me you didn't know Gwendolyn was a man. Why are you even simping over them, bro?
Alright, let's get it straight. Barack Gwendolyn is a dog shit fight. But there's nothing wrong with being into a little fat boy snake hustle, you fucking bigot.
Really is so much better than I thought. All these 2 guys can change one of those, but that's the thing.
Wait, I'm lost. What the fuck is a snake hussy?
Snake pussy bro was like word of the year. You should know what that means. You're married to the Jeff.
Fuck you too. Joe was right last time. You guys are some haters. On the subject of Coomer bait, we got crossbreed Priscilla.
One stupid attack that you can easily dodge on accident half the time is Pete from Software Bro. And then there's her weapon. If either of you bros would have never actually tried cutting that shit off, I swear it's impossible. See it best. Skip this. Barack, you only like her because you see yourself.
The fuck is that?
If someone could show advantages like you did every time you saw a series.
Fuck you, bro. You're literally like the only president that hasn't come in the 30 years.
Yeah, because Corn Bob over here stole it.
Whatever, bro, we'll split in the middle and put her in deep. Time for the DLC. Let's go in order and start with Sanctuary Garden.
This is the fun. It has a really unique smooth set. It looks so unlike anything else in the game. It serves as a great beginning to the DLC. Making sure you understand that you're not in the same order as you come to know and love.
I think Joe finally took the meds. He's starting to spit again. Sanctuary Guardian compared to the rest of the DLC fights is kind of mid, but compared to the standards of the base game is so A tier, it's not even fun.
You guys must be some fucking black belts in cabinet. When you look up mid in the dictionary, there's a picture of this thing. His hitboxes are so bad it makes DS2 look polished. Also, I've seen like 30 of Body's videos, and I don't think this thing has any lore at all. Pretty sure Eminem in 2023 is more relevant than this bozo. See your best.
Barack, you keep spitting that dumb shit, I'm going to regret being your VP. The hitboxes aren't even a problem. This fight is easy as hell.
Seriously, Joe, this is the same guy's tripping balls. We're putting this guy into a...
Fuck you guys. Next up is Artorias, and I think I speak for all of us when I say he goes. Easily one of the best fights at the beginning of the series in love.
The atmosphere of this fight is second.
Oh, here we fucking go again.
Areola, this is the
Fucking Areola.
even if it's weakest, it's still a very difficult fight by Diaz to understand.
He's fitting, Joe.
Those fucked That's scary.
No doubt, Joe, this fight is goated. It's the standard of quality and polish that all the other fights in the game should be
I
compared.
must have walked into the fucking kindergarten classroom on accident. The only reason you two think this fight is challenging is because you unbound your dodge button, roll forward and to his left 3 times in a row, and fucking auto it. There's about as much mechanical skill expression as winning around a super auto test.
All those times you told us to let you cook, what the fuck were you cooking some meth? You're high as hell. Everyone loves this fight. You are insane.
The only thing I'm high on is life, knowing my opinions are so much better than you, skinhead. I can't believe I'm friends with notorious people.
You're off the fucking rocket back. This fight is the definition of test here. I'm sure it's not so hard anymore, but at the time, it was a clear step up from anything in the game before. This shit is escalating.
Keep the facts rolling, Joe. Next up, we got Madison. Personally, think this guy is overrated as hell.
Manfred is cool as fuck. You even know what you're fighting, dude. He's literally the father of the abyss. All the bad shit in these games pretty much spawns from the abyss. And this is it. Personified. And you beat his ass. And you're telling me that's overrated? Get real, bro.
More like my anus, this guy reeks of shit. He has the moveset and aggression of a PS3 boss limited by the molasses. That is this game's movement. I'm pretty sure even Bruno got to move more often against Matrix than you do against this guy.
You get it, bro. You watch JoJo. Normally I'm an atmosphere guy, but this guy's defense is great because no fight in the game tests you mechanically the same way Manson does. Precise roll timing, and multiple ways of punishing you at most ratings. If Artemis is the peak of DS development in general, Mason is the peak.
Are you okay, Joe?
No one actually likes Madness. They just pretend to like him while trying to convince everyone else in the room that they do. It's the BS1 equivalent of when you get put into a group of like 5 people in college and have to read, when none of you read it, so none of you want to look like an idiot since you think everyone else actually did read it. I can tolerate putting in the C, but not higher. To finish off the DLC bosses, we got Dragon Calamity.
This fight is gas to the brim. I don't know how else to put it. It's the first real dragon fight in the series, and it's easily the best until we hear like 5 years later. Drums in the theme drop harder than the rock drum.
You get it, bro.
And the whole aesthetic of Hawkeye Gal now stroking his skin out of the sky is probably the coolest cutscene in the whole series. This fight is both S tier for its quality and S tier for how important it was with so many of the fights.
Pop, I gotta admit, you've been speaking only heat lately. I guess even a blind squirrel finds a few minutes every once in a while.
I fucking hate this fight. This shit is too hard. I know the last guy. Fuck, what was his name? Whatever. Manchester was pretty hard too, but Lucy was fair as hell. His torture bro. There's two things about it. Dragon, Paladin, more like Dragon, the cheese grater on the wall.
Joe, you know damn well you'd be too pussy to talk this shit about Calamity in person.
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, bro, run up, you know where to find me.
Kids, please, if you don't behave, Melania and Bill aren't giving you the dino nuggies. Last on the list is the OG himself, Big Dog William Mortensen. Frankly, this fight speaks for itself. When that flim-flim-flom hit, I don't know what to do with it. The run up to him in the kill is so emotional, and it's such a great send-off for such an epic adventure. The fight mechanically isn't the strongest, but the atmosphere is unparalleled to this day.
No cap detected for us. There are bosses that are better mechanically, and more reflective of the game as a whole. No fight in this game approaches art nearly as close as this.
You mean Gwen, this fight and the run-up to it is total bullshit. It took me like 7 hours to kill this guy on my first playthrough. I think 6.5 of them were spent in the kill. He has more soldiers than like half of Europe combined, waiting outside the town.
You are so lost, bro.
Oh God, no, this dude is lost. This fight is like purposefully easy and you're bitching about it being hard.
This fight is not easy. That's all.
This fight is easy as fuck, bro. What's wrong with you?
He was watching his fight at Road. He never learned to parry and kept getting his ass beat.
If I need to learn to parry for a 2-minute fight or a 40-hour game, then it's a trash fight. Or to cinder his ass.
My dead grandmother's ashes, God bless her soul, to learn to parry Gwen in like 5 minutes, bro. Joe and I are putting this fight in S tier.
Whatever takes fucking God was done, I don't have to listen to apologetics and everything.
So we're starting to get tired of all the arguing experiences. So
Your dimension is wearing on your fucking soul, bro.
So anyway, this time next week for Bloodborne, AI the Rock here. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more. Yeah, maybe if you want to do that. What are you waiting for?
All right, I was just getting points. Geez, no need to rush me.
So the faster you build this turbine, the faster you can get this godforsaken map ordered.
Guys, I'm letting the speed run from this map. I want to take our time and enjoy it.
Finally, we have the turbine. Now we can place it in front of the door.
I think this is the wrong door.
Look, Joe, I thought you said this was your favorite map. How did you not even know what door it was?
I haven't played it in a while.
I'm having the front office of the bus, so these guys are going to go flying.
Oh, I love the bus. That's the best part about the map. You get to huddle in there with all your friends and go on a road trip. So exciting.
The only thing exciting about this map is the game over screen. Now let's all pile into this piece of shit and get this show on the road.
Johnny, why do you have to be so mean? How would you feel if I just started tearing into Shadows of Evil?
Go ahead, tell me what you don't like about Shadows. Go on.
Four-player Easter egg.
Okay, besides four-player Easter egg.
That damned Widow's Wine perk. I fucking hate Widow's Wine. I can't believe it costed me my friendship with Bill.
No, that is because you kept accessibility to test. There you go.
Okay, the bus is moving. Now we can actually start playing the game.
How does this Easter egg go again? It's pretty broad. Really, all we need to do is build a jet gun, go on the corner, shoot it at the pylon, get EMPs, build them into the portals, and that's about it.
Oh, guys, you could have started the Super Easter egg when we were on Barry.
Considering the super Easter egg is just putting the NASCARs into the cases with the dial on it, I think I'll stay just fine skipping it.
Okay, we're about to roll on the first building. We'll park it. I don't see it. Don't worry, I got it. Wouldn't want this jet turbine to give you flashbacks or anything. Asshole.
Good one, Barry. Now hurry up and get back on the bus before we leave you behind.
Coming. I'm definitely not trying to run through the solid alone. Wait, what the?
Where the hell did you just go?
On top of the bus. I guess I bounced off the bumper and ended up here. I definitely don't think that was concerned with
Damn. I mean, I know you guys don't want to sit at the back, but I didn't think you could climb on top.
You are serious.
49.6 for
You know
expensive.
that, right?
But
You don't like putting
yes,
transit, then you
he
need
will.
black.
He is good at that. He will be one of the top leaders on this team going forward.
I'll open up the box and you guys can everyone say thank you, Donald.
Yeah, thanks. Very altruistic of you.
Very often what?
It means being selfless. You know, doing things for other people.
Bill got probably good to put it with the damage and just say nice and kind like a normal person.
You want to sound like a 40-year-old doorhead. I'm just saying, especially in politics, we want to use people like this.
Oh yeah, how do you feel the shit like fuck you?
Whatever, man. This time wants to go out and go. Holy shit, I just told her we got close by.
Yikes, Johnny is seething right now. You're kidding. I just pulled the ray gun first try. To God, I love transit.
Okay, what is going on here? How did you both pull ray guns to the sky? Are you guys kidding?
This good RNG, buddy. It turns out when you're not a bitch all the time like Donald, RNG just is nice to me.
Oh, shut up, Joe. You get good box up once and now you're acting like some kind of guilty little bullshit. Now everyone get on the box and move.
I'm trying this bug dance thing won't let me on. There we go.
I'm here. All right, guys, let's keep the road trip going. Also, now we can climb on top of the bus. This is so epic.
That's the definition of epic. No wonder the sky likes Cold War zombies.
No, I just like that thing because of my little toy and my big candy bear. I just hope they incorporate smell-o-vision in the gaming soon. Imagine sniffing a little Sandy Landing's feet. I'm sure someone will make a VO3 mod for that.
Ooh, someone struck this guy's hard drive. Oh God, you're kidding me. I just accidentally jumped off the bus.
Way to go, dumbass. Now you get this game to me. What the? I just got knocked off by that fucking antenna.
That's just straight up box, right? That's the comment like that.
Oh crap, this little gremlin is humping my face.
Hold on, I'm shooting it off.
Imagine falling off the bus. Couldn't be me.
Imagine shutting up, couldn't be you either.
These denizens have got to be the worst thing in all of Black Ops 2 zombies.
I could think of one thing that's worse.
Really?
Yeah, how about there's some idiot steals the sweet brothers out off the table and gone. I don't sure that's such a ton of the last now.
Jesus, you got me thinking you're my wife the way you're bringing up old shit.
Yeah, don't you hate them so
Sanka's playing really well so far. He's scoring a lot of goals.
Let's open up the shed and see if there's a bus.
Just wait, so 7:51 so we can open the gate. I'm filling the last zone.
I'm putting down my turbine.
Oh, nice. It's the ladder. Now let's get putting the ladder on now.
Good. Now maybe the next time someone is just off and on. Hey, not making a mistake to say,
Okay, bus is moving again. Guys, let's all sing. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.